Ladies and gentlemen, IRL Rosie in the house. Musician, voice actor, YouTuber extraordinaire. Thank you so much for joining us. And instead
Scambaiting queen!
Everything.
Everything!
But instead of us introducing the podcast, we're going to let our guest do it.
Yes. Welcome to the Trilogy Media podcast. I'm IRL Rosie.
Roll the intro.
Let's go. Let's do it.
Perfect. I love it.
Yay.
First of all, hello.
Hi.
Thank you for being here.
I'm happy to be here.
Thank you so much.
We
IRL Rosie, everybody.
Yes.
Hello.
If somebody don't know for any reason, well, I don't know. Do your job.
OG
do better.
fam.
Do your job of
better.
knowing
do your
who I am.
job. Internet sensation.
OG fam.
Oh,
Like
gee.
from the beginning.
From like 2018 maybe or 19?
You know what I noticed when we hit 100,000 subscribers and we have like little clip video on social media and I was scrolling back, we have like all of us sitting together and on a phone it was you FaceTiming
Oh,
you
yeah. Every time you guys
celebrating
roll over, I'm
100
like-
fucking K.
I would be like watching Social Blade.
Back when it would update.
Is that what it's
the-
called?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Social
it would
Blade.
show like
Yeah.
the live.
It would show the actual
Why
count.
does
Now
it
it
do
rounds
that
it up.
anymore?
I don't know.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Our history, our friendship, our bond goes, okay, 5,
Back in the
6,
day.
7 years, pushing a
When did
decade.
it- like 2017, 2018, something like that.
We were just talking about that because
Yeah,
I can't
we
remember.
met,
remember.
Let's talk about these.
we met at a Starbucks.
But let's do prior. How did you
Y'all emailed me. You cold
Yeah,
emailed
we
Yeah,
me.
did.
because you
We did.
exploded.
you were f***ing internet sensation.
And
It was like,
Reddit
what is
was-
happening?
And it was
YouTube, everybody been talking.
And now there's like Scambaiters are kind of a dime a dozen, but it wasn't as big of a thing.
There were like
No.
3 of us.
Yeah. And
Literally, I think 3 channels.
you were going-
You were
Kitboga.
the only one female content creator, and especially in these.
and you were going crazy viral for your voices. And then I think, I don't know, did we see on Instagram that you tagged LA or we somehow found out that you were
Instagram was
local?
so bad for
I
us.
think
No,
one
it
of
was
my
YouTube Ash.
no one
No,
of my
her
videos.
location, I mean.
One of my videos was like I was in my old neighborhood in Santa Monica.
Yes.
Santa
and you were
Monica.
like, oh yeah, she's
Yeah.
in LA.
We
And
were
then
like literally next
Yeah,
door.
you're like, I
tagged
don't
a
even know if you're
location
gonna
or
see this. I'm like, who do you think I am? I'm
I should
on an
actually
email.
find that. I should find that email. I should find the
I bet it's
very
in there
first
somewhere.
email.
So I was like, Artissima, like this girl is going crazy viral. She's hilarious. She's talented. Let's do collab. And I think like, it was like our first.
Dude, I just already found it.
What?
March 18th, 2019.
Wow.
Hey, Rosie, this is Ashton and Art from Trilogy. Thanks for your reply on Insta. Love your vids. We're always looking for like-minded YouTubers to collab with to cross-promote, and it seems like a perfect mix. Are you LA-based? We live on the West Side.
And I was like, yes, I live on the West Side.
You're like,
If
I'm
I-
Santa Monica.
You're like, you
if I
said,
was
this is
East
what you
Side, I'd
said.
be like, I
This is
don't
what you
know.
said. Hey, thanks for reaching out. West Side.
I'm still so excited that I was like, oh,
That's-
this will work.
Wow.
And
This
so you
will
met
work.
2 strange Goombas from the internet at a Starbucks like the next day or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
So Ashton, I remember this. We're sitting and waiting, right? We're waiting. And Ashton, he was like, dude, before she's gonna come, I'm gonna go. I have a nervous pee break.
I'm pretty sure that didn't
I
happen.
need to go.
I know
I'm
you
like
keep-
nervous pee.
I didn't
right?
say that.
So he off to Starbucks, and I'm sitting, and you
Oh
came.
yeah,
but
that's
I-
right. It was you.
And we were sitting,
But I have a
chatting,
memory of
well,
watching
really
her walk-
bonded.
We had you like I had your life story.
But I watched,
Yeah.
her, I watched her walk up. How did
No, that did not happen.
Don't
Yes, no.
underestimate his chattiness.
I underestimate
And
his
level
memory.
of depth immediately.
We sit down, we're already best friends. And then you
Anyway,
showed up and he was like, all right, my pee break is over. Where is Rosie?
And then you came over to our place the same day, which is also
Yeah, we're
crazy.
like-
You're just
Same
like,
day?
yeah, it was later on.
We said,
I think we
"Wanna
did
go
a live
film
stream.
some shit?"
We
And you
ended up
just
hanging out
came
for like
over.
8 hours.
And I said,
And we were drinking within 5 minutes.
No. I
pouring
said like
champagne.
this, Rosie, what kind of booze I should provide?
And I was like, Moscow Mule.
I went to the store, I got the supplies, and we started live streaming together.
Yeah. I think we drank champagne too.
Yeah.
I was
Oh, we
like-
drink everything.
Yeah,
everything.
that's right. We did a live stream,
Yeah.
and we also clipped some scambaits, like Kermit the
Yeah.
Frog and stuff, and
And like
different
drunk Alexa, was that still the
Yes.
same day?
Yeah.
I don't even.
I don't
And
know.
then,
That'd be cool if we could find that.
I can find
oh
it.
yeah, I
can
think if you
find
just type in
Oh
drunk
my-
Alexa, I think that's the
Drunk
day.
Alexa was amazing.
I think
So
so.
good.
And it was real.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
was real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what did I say about the microwave the kitchen? Remember?
Microwave a whole chicken and you changed it. Yeah, we did some scammergram. It was scammergram.
Yes,
We were live streaming.
Yes, those were so fun.
Those were the days, man.
Yeah, I did.
They were the days.
Pre-COVID.
Then I moved to the east side.
How are you doing?
And then we never saw you again for
I
a long
know,
time.
Crazy.
I think we're going in
Well, we did like
phases.
weddings. We're like wedding.
Yeah.
Yeah. We did, you know what? We did 3 weddings in a row.
Yeah.
August,
We did.
September, October.
Yeah.
Let's not talk about this.
No, it's not a sore subject.
Yeah.
Okay,
It wasn't
okay.
any bad like
No.
blood thing.
Good,
no.
good.
Yeah.
That's good.
I loved your wedding.
Yeah,
was
my wedding was the best.
Dude,
There was a giraffe
badass.
at my wedding. I had a giraffe. Did you meet
we
the
got
giraffe?
I got a caricature. We still have it.
Giraffe?
That was the best. Yeah, there was a giraffe at the wedding.
Giraffe?
Was there? I don't know if I
on
saw
the
a
next
giraffe.
like side over.
I don't think I saw that.
Stanley, he was in the Hangover
probably
too,
at the
or
top of the
whatever.
Oh, that was me.
I was probably I was probably at the, I was
That was me. Of
I was,
course,
I was probably
remember
at the,
that. I was there.
I was probably at the macaroni and cheese truck.
Oh,
The
yes.
food trucks were
we had
so
3
good.
food trucks, caricature artists instead of a photo booth because I was like, I need to do everything differently.
That was so badass. I still have that picture
it was the
in
best
my
idea.
in my bedroom on top of my bed.
So
Still from your wedding. It's
Because
amazing.
photo booth fun.
Thank you for inviting us.
Oh
That
my
was so
gosh.
much fun.
So
Do you know
fun.
for how long he had your blanket in his?
still have
Everyone
it.
still
You still
has
have
it.
it. And I
And
still have it.
everyone,
It's-
including my ex-husband, still has
If you look in the back seat of my car
Yeah.
right now,
Yeah.
that is where my
Everyone
dog
has the
sits.
blanket.
Well, it's where that's where I
Because
use
it's
my
fucking
dog
amazing.
sits in the background.
But yeah, Mexican
If you don't know
blankets
what
were
we're talking
party
about,
favors.
one of the gifts, like how the main person that was her f***ing shit. It's her show, and she giving gifts to us. So she give gift to every single person who came, attended to her wedding. She give gifts.
Yeah, those blankets were such a good idea.
A lot of good ideas.
The best wedding ever.
Yeah.
Long lasting.
No
I
offense to my future husband, whoever it is. I can't top it. I just can't.
I mean,
You
unless
can't
you go
top
to Italy and there is something, there is something, you know. Yeah.
Do you have any single Italian friends? I'm in.
Ah!
I'm in.
Hey, the power of internet. We'll find it.
I
Yes.
love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
What I would love to rehear, because it's been a long time since we've talked about that story, and I know you
Which
told
one?
us when like I know you have stories from when you first started your channel.
Oh yeah.
Because we had a very slow start, and you just
You
exploded.
came out of nowhere like a tsunami.
Well, from our perspective, obviously you had
Yeah.
already been busting your ass and working at it, but
No, I
and
wasn't
then you
really.
also had some scary shit, huh?
I wasn't really busting my ass. It just kind of happened to me, really. And
Yeah, but
then
you
I
were
had to
doing
start
music, you were
working.
doing a bunch of stuff.
Right? It was
Yeah,
not
I
YouTube.
had like 2 videos.
And people were like stalking you like right away, right?
Oh, we can talk
Oh,
about
like,
this
I wanna
later.
talk-
I wanna hear the
we're
pizza
gonna talk
story
about this
again.
later. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the
Like-
reason why you're not in Santa Monica anymore, but
Yeah.
you know what? F you, Ashton.
Okay.
You know what? F you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Wow.
Wait,
You're welcome.
why?
You know why? Because I don't want to talk about this right now. I
want origins. I want the starting juice.
You want your origins?
Wow. Okay,
Starting,
go ahead.
Ashton said starting juice.
Yeah. Rosie, can you tell us about your background? I want to know your childhood. I want to know where you always create. I want to know where you from?
My
where you,
childhood.
Maybe
Yeah.
it's traumatic. Maybe she
Well,
doesn't
no,
want
no, no.
to.
It's fine.
you know
You
what?
just
It's
assume,
podcast.
shit.
You know, she's good to us. She's
It's
a good
both.
I
friend.
know that.
Right?
It's both good and bad, but the bad
we all have
turns
that.
to good, right?
Mhm.
Good.
I grew up in Chicago, in Evanston, Illinois, which is a suburb of Chicago. Yeah, until I was 12. Then I moved to Virginia in the middle of like 8th grade, near the end of 8th grade.
Mhm.
Lived there in the South, straight from the city. People called me a Yankee girl. I was like, what year is it? They're like, that's the new Yankee girl. And I was like, what?
What does it mean, Yankee girl? Yankee?
Like a
Yankee?
northerner.
Yeah,
like from
like a
like
Uh-huh.
like from the city.
I just only know Yankees, the baseball, right? There is
Yeah.
Yankees.
yeah, they call me.
Oh, like, why
Yankee
they call
girl.
you
No, it's
baseball
like
girl?
basically northerner versus like southerner. And I was like, I'm
Okay.
from Chicago. And then I guess I probably had an accent. I don't have any videos of when I was younger, really, but I probably had like a Chicago nasally thing. They're like, where are you from? You talk funny. And I was like, I talk funny. Okay. Then I lived in Virginia till senior year. Moved to Hawaii with my dad.
Hawaii, that's right.
Hawaii, the Big Island.
Again, Hawaii.
Big
My
Island.
dad is
Hawaii.
Japanese. My mom is German from New Jersey. So,
I saw your dad at your wedding.
yeah, he's a
And
rock
he's
star. Salt and pepper.
Peach,
Pull
stolen.
up a pic. Well, put it right here. Dad.
Yeah, this is that.
Right here.
I was
That's
like,
what
who is this guy? And I was like, that's Rosie's dad. I was like,
He's
what?
so cool.
He's
Salt
like,
and
with
pepper
his
ponytail.
white, like he's
Yeah, he always has like a cool, like edgy button up. And then like
a cool cat. I
black
love your
jeans
dad. Your
and
dad
chucks. Black and white chucks all the time.
he was dancing. He is f***ing nice dad.
Yeah, my dad loves IPAs. I made sure to get some IPAs at my wedding, like a mini keg of it. I was like, Yeah, he loves IPAs.
Okay.
When did voices start?
Voices. I've always been
How did you end up in
silly.
LA?
Yeah, I've always wanted to move to LA. In the back of my mind, I think every kid's like, I want to go to Hollywood. And I just always wanted that. But I moved all over. You know, I was in Hawaii, then I went to school in Michigan State for 2 years. Go Spartans, even though I dropped out. Then I moved to Seattle for 3 years.
God,
was
yes, you've been
pursuing
bouncing
music
around.
I
out
didn't
there.
realize how far around you were.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I was like, it's like a pinball.
Which year did you came to LA?
2009.
Fucking same.
Yeah, I think we.
You were
2008.
09?
Yeah, I think
No,
we talked about.
you add
What?
a year every time
I
we
know,
talk about
I
this.
know.
You
What
were
year?
09. I was January of 10.
Okay.
And you're 09. And every
Yes,
time we
I'm
talk
09.
about it, you lose a year. It's like 08 and then 07 and then 07.
Because I'm getting out.
He wants to beat
you're-
me here.
yeah,
He's like,
you're-
I got here.
So you 2009.
2009.
I'm
June,
2009.
June 2009. I remember.
And I was,
I'm June
I
or
was
July.
late. I was late.
June
January
17th,
10th.
I think I remember.
I slept in. Wow.
Yeah,
all around the
moved
same
here in
time.
09. Yeah, I was pursuing music in Seattle, but I just wanted a little bit more like liveliness.
What is the journey in Seattle with
Oh,
music?
I love it.
Why Seattle?
I moved there because I had a crush on a musician.
Ooh, can we
I
talk
moved
about
there
this?
for
Can we talk about this?
Loved him. Sure.
Lit-
He actually is like pretty popular
who is it?
now.
Who is it?
Red hot,
he's
red
having
hot pepper, chili peppers.
No, he's not that big.
Good drive. The
Red,
hot, the hot pepper
red
guy.
hot pepper chilies.
No, I had a crush on a musician, and we met through MySpace because my friend at the time was like his manager, and I lived in Michigan. This musician lived in Seattle along with my friend who was his manager. And he was like, oh, check out my new client's music. And I was like, I love it. So I followed him on MySpace. And then a couple of weeks later, he added me to his top 8, which
Top 8 who? Top 8 friends? Top 8
You don't know what top 8
you,
is?
you probably
Were you
never
not
had a
on
MySpace.
That was a big deal.
Yeah.
Like the top.
You had to rank your friends on MySpace. It was weird.
It was as if like
Yeah.
it was as if you could just like have a little just scoreboard
Yeah.
on your
So
profile and
you had to
select.
say who's your top 8 and then in the order of like how you like
That's
them.
good
Yes.
because you would not be in my top 8,
Wow,
Ashley.
good.
Dude.
You'd be my last 8.
So yeah, he added me to his top 8 and I was like, clearly he's in love with me because that's what I meant. I was
Wow.
maybe 18, 19, whatever it was.
Okay.
Is that the first place you lived like on your own as an adult? Was
Michigan?
Seattle?
Well, yeah, Seattle was the first like
Okay.
apartment I got.
Yeah.
And I had only meant to go there for the summer because my aunt lived out there. And I was like, ooh, maybe I can just gallivant around the city with this musician who had a girlfriend.
And you knew this.
I knew it. I didn't care. I was 18. I didn't give a bleep. I was just like, who cares? That's the only age I think is appropriate to be that.
To be crashing somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like we're all the same age. Like, what is he gonna marry her? Yeah, right. He didn't. So I was right.
Did anything happen? Did you guys have any romance? Did you guys?
we like it was
Did you
like
guys-
the first situationship of situationships in the world, probably. But he had a girlfriend. We would just like sneak around and like hang out at like the city parks,
Okay.
Gasworks parks,
So you guys
Are you
Cary
gonna-
Park.
Are you going to drop us? Are
We
you
were
going
like, we did not date.
to drop a name?
I mean, it's not. He's not that famous. He goes by Simmel, Syml.
Ryan?
I'm on it.
But
Please.
this was years and years and years ago. This was in 2006.
Mm.
Dude,
I was gonna say John Mayer.
oh my god, I wish.
He's handsome.
He's on
He's
YouTube.
42.
I loved him.
Aw.
But yeah, we just were whatever. And then his manager, who was my friend, found out.
Are you in any of his videos?
No,
Oh.
no. There are some songs back in the
Are
day
you
where I'm
in-
like,
Are any songs about you?
There's some that have made me like, I wonder.
I wonder.
But we were close. Like he would send me songs he was writing and be like, what do you think? Me along with probably like 10 other girls. And I
Yeah.
was like, I'm the only one. Yeah, right.
Aw.
But then I
Okay.
ended up getting a boyfriend who didn't have a girlfriend.
That's a good start.
And we're still friends to this day. We moved to LA together, not in the same apartment, but at the same time. His name is James, and he's a producer for like commercials and stuff.
Nice.
Music
Okay.
videos, commercials. He
Okay.
had
Was
a
Santa
Super
Monica-
Bowl commercial last
No,
year.
that's nice. Did you start in Santa Monica or did you?
I first lived in Oxnard with my friend, and then we moved to
That direction.
Hollywood. Then I moved to Santa Monica for like 10 years.
How has Hollywood been treating you?
I love LA. I really do.
No, I'm talking about Hollywood as location.
Oh,
Specifically
Hollywood was
Yeah.
Trash. right?
roaches and dog poop.
Yep, that sounds.
I was on Hollywood Boulevard in La Brea, and that's literally
Oh
what it
my
was.
I was
That's-
Cherokee in Hollywood.
Oh,
Yeah, we were-
But I liked it. Like
Mecca.
I only lived there maybe
Hey, when
4
you're
months.
fresh to LA,
Yeah.
you look
It's
past
so-
all the
it's
shit. You don't
so-
care, you know?
Yeah, you romanticize
Yeah.
it. You're like,
but this is where the history been made.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
this is
it was
where
fun.
Marilyn Monroe
I'm
been
right in the
walking.
middle
I
of
think
it. Like,
2009 was a fun time to live in Hollywood because it was. Remember that show Entourage in like
Mhm.
Oh my God.
2006? It was like
Obsessed.
it was still kind of in that like vibe
Mhm.
Yeah.
of Entourage
Yeah.
vibe of like,
Yep.
all those places were still there, and
We
now
all
it's
can-
just so different.
Mel's Diner, all that stuff. Like,
Yeah,
that
it was fun.
so cool.
I loved it.
Mhm.
But it's because I only lived there like 4 months. I think it was longer than that. I'd be over it. But yeah, I lived in Santa Monica,
And then you moved to Santa Monica.
got married, moved to Woodland Hills for a little bit.
Mhm.
Okay.
Well, now we're fast forwarding past the channel, but yes,
Yeah.
because we met you in
But yeah, in Santa
Monica.
Monica is when I started my channel. That was
So-
in like 2018 or something, 2019.
So how initially, like, what happened? Did you receive a phone call, robocall? What happened? How did you start scambaiting?
My
Like-
mom fell victim to a scam, like the pop-up scam, the
Oh, yeah.
Microsoft whatever,
Mhm.
and it was like beeping on her computer, and she
Yep.
freaked out and called the number, and they're like, "Well, we'll fix your computer, but also for $499, you'll have a lifetime
Warranty?
protection
Mhm.
thing for your computer. You'll never get a virus again." She was like, "Sweet." And then she
she got
told me later, she was like, "Oh, I just had the worst day with my computer. I didn't want to bug you guys."
She
'Cause,
paid it.
like parents with computers, you're like, "No."
Did she
Yeah.
pay it?
She did, but we called the bank. I was
Good.
like, "Mom, that's a scam." Then I was like, "Give me their number. I'm so mad."
Mhm.
And then I called them on a Facebook live stream because there weren't a lot of live stream outlets really.
So you were already
Okay.
streaming before you started to like scambait. Like what
Yeah,
were
I-
you streaming
I
before
was-
that?
Oh, I got on Facebook live streaming to prank the scammer
So
who called my mom. So it
the
was by
Facebook Live
accident.
was the first time you had
Yeah.
gone live.
Yeah.
Not
just-
YouTube.
So you just were live just
Yeah, because
for whoever
YouTube,
was
I think, did not have live streaming yet. I think it was like before.
probably before mobile streaming for sure.
Yeah. I mean, it was like the beginning days of streaming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So you didn't have like a following, or you just like streaming
no,
for
I
your
didn't.
friends?
I had no follow. I just had my Facebook friends, and then
I just about to say that.
But then people were sharing it as it was happening. It was like,
Did you-
12 people watching, and then like 27. I was like, whoa. And then it was up to like 87. I was like, this is so cool. And then my inbox filled up of like, can you call this person? I was like, yeah, I guess.
Did you give any? Did you put any forethought into like what you're gonna like the voices you're gonna do, or how like
No.
anything at all? Like you
No.
just wanted to call them. You just didn't even.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I can just like act like a Valley girl and talk like Kim Kardashian. Why not?
You did it on Facebook. So how did you end up on Reddit? Somebody share it? Like what happened?
So I got a bunch of requests. Can you call this number? Can you call this number? Like a friend of a friend was getting scammed on eBay or Craigslist or something.
Uh-huh.
Some kind of like fake car was for sale. I can't even really remember. And I was like, well, maybe I'll like put something together because people had so many requests, and a lot of people were like, you should call again. Like, I want to watch that again. So I was like, oh, maybe I'll like edit together something really shitty on iMovie, which I still use.
Really? No way.
Well, I haven't edited long form in forever though. So I know I
That's
just do
true
my
because
phone.
you've been shorts only for like 2 years, right?
I just do streams and then clip shorts because
Well, that's another thing.
Short form
We
just-
will talk about what made you, because I remember when we started and we started doing collabs with you,
yeah.
your content was longer.
Yeah.
You will call me like, Art, like I'm going to confront a scammer. You want to like, what? Can you drive? Can
Yeah,
you
yeah.
meet me?
I was
And I
like,
would always
in it.
laugh because your iMovie edits, you would like almost intentionally like make them iMovie edits. Like you had this
No,
like
it
OG,
was-
you had this old
It
school,
was not on purpose. I really just didn't know what I was doing.
but like you had like some of the text you wouldn't even fit. Like insert text here sometimes
Yeah,
would show like,
that was a mistake.
but it was, but it
But
It
but
was
then people
so-
liked it, so I was like, I'm
yeah,
just gonna
gave
lean
this
into it and not
OG
learn.
it
Yes.
gave this old school
People
YouTube
loved
vibe
it.
to it.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
100%.
so-
It was your vibe. It
Yeah.
was like your,
Yeah,
your
mine was
style.
like, I don't know. And I think it made it more genuine because I think for my personality, if it was like forcefully like overproduced, they'd be like, oh, that's kind of taken. I want to know her. And like, I don't know, it just kept it more genuine. So I just leaned into I don't know what I'm doing because I didn't.
Do you remember the first video that went viral?
Yeah. So
And how did you find out?
And how long after the Facebook stream was it?
It was maybe the eBay scammer with the fake listing for a car, and I just called them. And then I was like, I'll pretend to be eBay's customer service. And I used that, and I was like, to collect $500, meet me at the bouncy house. Like I was like saying like the weirdest
great.
stuff, and people thought it was hysterical. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, it's pretty funny. Like, okay.
And that video went.
I posted it on YouTube, and
Okay.
some random person posted it on Reddit funny.
Kitboga, that's what I remember because you said that
I
somebody.
still don't
took-
understand Reddit to this day. So yeah,
I
You said that
I-
somebody took your material and posted it on Reddit, and that's where you start
Yes, and I did
gaining
not have.
momentums.
Yeah, I did not have a profile. I didn't even really. I'd heard of Reddit, but a couple of my friends text me and they were like, "Hey, you're on the Reddit popular page," and I was like, "What does that mean?" I didn't even see my numbers going up on YouTube. I wasn't aware until a friend told me I was going viral on Reddit, and it had like 40,000 upvotes, and there was like 100,000 upvotes, and like 200,000 upvotes, and I was like, "What is happening?" And then that was kind of around the same time you guys reached out a couple days later.
because you were everywhere. You were popping up on
I
our
I
feeds.
personally
didn't even-
remember
I
I,
didn't know
click
what
on
was
YouTube, I
happening
will
to me.
go on YouTube and I just see your face. No matter what I do, there is your face. Everybody your
Love it.
fucking face. I was like, who is this girl? Hold on.
Yeah.
She's doing scambaiting? Hold on.
I think YouTube was like pushing women creators at that time,
I actually
clearly, because they were really pushing it.
CEO of YouTube, the one that passed away.
Susan.
Yeah, Susan.
Yeah, I don't know how to say her last name, but-
she was doing podcasts or interviews with one of the content creators, and she actually said that was like I don't know, like maybe 8 years ago, maybe something like that. And she said, "It's a good time to be a female content creator. Our platform don't have enough female content creators, and if you female content creator, we're gonna prioritize those videos. But it's a lot of boys. It's enough dudes on our platform. Come on, we need variety.
Well, and
we
even
need
just in scambaiting.
Yeah.
Like you were the
Yeah.
and whatever I go, it's like Rosie face, Rosie face, Rosie face. I was like, yo, come here. Look at this.
It was crazy. I think
Yeah.
I gained in a week, like 2 weeks, maybe like 100,000. Like it was something crazy. Like,
You-
it was like maybe,
And what's
I don't
crazy
even remember.
is that
It was like,
like
it was
us,
insane.
she went viral first on a completely different platform, but we didn't have that same effect.
No,
like
it
they
cro-
didn't jump to
No.
YouTube for us at all.
We were like, original
I saw
video was viral on Facebook.
I've seen it before I met you. I remember. I'd
The
seen it.
OG video
Mhm.
of that terrorist 911.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd seen it.
It's like
Crazy.
250 million views or something
It's
like
a-
that.
it's
I mean,
Quarter of
crazy.
billion.
It's a lot.
But it was nothing like
It was
YouTube
before
was
Facebook
like,
monetized a ton
of course,
too.
yeah, we didn't see a dime of that, but it's
but
okay.
as you know, that people
Yeah,
who watches
traffic.
on traffic would not go. They just don't know.
they didn't cross
don't.
platforms.
Yeah, crazy.
Had you
Good for you.
because you had
Well, because my
your first
my
YouTube,
YouTube
video is
link was
World's
shared.
Worst Waitress. So did you have videos already?
I was doing like skits. Yeah.
Because maybe that's what's different. Because we had no YouTube at all. Like,
Yeah, I was doing like funny skits with
because then that was
a
7 years
couple
ago,
other like YouTubers.
and then a year after that is the diarrhea pants. Diarrhea.
That's actually the first video that I remember.
Yeah.
That's exactly. I saw big diarrhea in your face. And
I
you
saw big diarrhea in your
and
face.
Rosie's laughing. She's like,
Diarrhea. Her name is Diarrhea.
Diarrhea, get it right.
Oh, I'm
Diarrhea.
sorry. I'm sorry. Yes.
Diarrhea pants.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I got YouTube famous for saying my name was Diarrhea.
Yeah. That's good.
Take
Well,
that, math teacher who said I wouldn't amount to anything.
Yeah. So professional, but you know what? You have to be so professional. It's like, don't, yeah.
I used to get in
Diarrhea.
trouble for, being class clowny sometimes or talking too much. Now look where I am. Still talking.
Look at me now, mom and dad. I can be diarrhea.
Did you always do like funny voices in school? And
Yeah, I was always like accidentally doing impressions. People are like, because I quote movies all the time. Everyone does. I'm not like, I'm the only one, but I would quote movies all the time. And people are like, wow, you sound just like so-and-so or
Like the
whatever. Like, say
character,
it
yeah.
again. I'd be like, yeah, whatever it was.
When did you realize you could do the Siri voice so well?
I was a bartender at the time. I used to work at Nobu in Malibu,
Mm-hmm.
which was the best time. I
Is that
loved
the
it.
place where you met your husband?
You've got stories from that restaurant.
Oh my
like,
gosh. I
You saw
loved
everything.
It.
We gotta talk about that.
Did it burn?
Did it burn
Did
down?
it burn? Right?
No, it didn't.
It's still
I used to work at Malibu Beach Inn, the hotel right next to Nobu.
Moon Shadows. It was like
Moon
one of my
Shadows.
favorite Back in the days, I can only afford one beer. I will go to Moon Shadows to feel that I'm good enough, that, like I'm in a fucking rich place.
Yeah, I'm in
I
Malibu.
belong. I'm in Malibu, and I'm drinking my Corona, and I'm not drinking, I'm sipping. I want to last it for 1 hour.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it's got burned.
You weren't working there when we met, though.
I maybe had already quit. I think I left the restaurant industry in 2017.
For how long you been?
So right before.
But I was bartending and I would set reminders on my phone. Go ahead.
No, I remember that you said that you've been in that place for a while, right? Like 5 years, couple years? How many years?
I worked at Nobu Malibu, then went to Mastro's in Thousand Oaks, then went back to Nobu.
And you liked it?
Yeah. Going back, I didn't because they demoted me because they were like, I don't know, it's like pretty Japanese. They were like, you're going to earn it back. And I was fine.
You'll have, bitch.
No, and I was,
All right,
and,
here we go.
so, yeah. And I was like, I'll humble myself. And I did. But then I was like, you're still not promoting me back to bartender. Yeah. And I was like bar backing.
That's crazy.
And all the regulars like, hey, can I get whatever? And I was like, I can't. I was like, I'm not allowed. And people were like, what? So it's just confusing for everyone.
Maybe I'm confusing.
But then
maybe
I went to
your husband. He's the one who worked for a long time at that place.
Yeah, he was there the whole time.
Yeah.
That I kept like quitting and
he was
going
a
back.
boss, isn't it?
No, he was a captain, which is like a key employee.
Captain.
Yeah, it's kind of like
Captain Cool.
Yeah, they're server captains.
So we have inside joke.
Oh, I was like, I don't know.
He has a tendency to make reference jokes that no one else will get.
AC down a little bit. It's getting hot.
When you say AC down, maybe that's the problem because you say put AC down. That means turn the AC off.
No, on.
Okay, but you said down.
Put it down. That
means turn it on.
Like the temperature down?
After you fuck it up.
You want the temperature down, not the level.
Because he said it once before wrong, and the opposite happened, and he's wondering why.
You want the temperature down, you want it colder?
Yeah,
well, that makes sense.
Put it down, put it up.
Yeah, it goes both ways. We are horrible at tangents, the three of us.
That's what it's about.
But I love them.
Yeah,
that's what the listeners like, get to the point.
No, that's not going to happen.
Yes, Jamie, my ex-husband, worked there for he'd worked at the old location. Then I met him when they opened the new one.
In Malibu.
I got hired straight on as bartender, which does not happen at Nobu, but they needed bartenders to open the new location. Then I left, went to Mastro's, came back to Nobu, left, went to Mastro's, Malibu, because I was living in Santa Monica, so I did not want to go to Thousand Oaks. And I think that one is still there, but the roof blew off during the fire. It's like the heat or something.
Oh, shit.
Tore the roof off.
Do you have any surprisingly nice or surprisingly rude celebrity encounters?
Yeah.
Tell us all.
I'm not worried about it. They make us sign all these papers when you work there. But what are they going to do? Fire me?
But you don't work. Yeah, you don't work there
anymore.
Like
when you work there, you have to sign papers. Like you can get fired if you text a friend like, "Oh my God, John Mayer just walked in." Like,
really?
Yeah, you can't even text a friend and say.
Oh no.
And if you tweet about it or something, you're automatically.
You can't ask for pictures or anything.
No, you can't. We weren't allowed to acknowledge who they were unless they did it first.
Really?
So, yeah, you
can't.
If
somebody going to say, do you know who I am?
So John Mayer did
you couldn't
sit
even
down
say
at the
hi,
bar.
John? You couldn't even say their name until they introduced.
Just everything proper, right?
No, because
yes, sir, no, sir,
no,
yes,
because
please,
what do you want? That's the one place that they are treated just like a normal person.
Yeah.
That's why they come there. Guests aren't allowed to ask them for photos. There's security in there to get in the way of people walking over.
Yeah.
To stop them. If you get caught taking a picture, they're like, put your phone down or you're going to leave. You're not even allowed to do that.
Wow.
So yeah, John Mayer sat at the bar and I was like, everybody remain calm, especially me. It was crazy. And I was so nervous. I'd met so many celebrities, but I was so nervous because I legitimately have a crush on him. It was like if any crush walked in, you're like, oh God, there he is.
Did anybody had crush on you? Did you get anybody hey, what's up, girl? I'm John Mayer.
Owen Wilson invited me to karaoke and he was like, Pinky, promise you won't ghost me. And I was like, I promise.
Wow.
It was very wow.
Exclusive on Trilogy Media podcast.
Because it was there were 3 cute girls behind the bar. And then me. No, I'm just kidding. there was 3 of us behind the bar, and we're all pretty cute. Yeah. And he was like, "What are you girls doing after your shift? Whatever." And we're like, "We're going to Cafe Havana," because every Wednesdays they do karaoke, and every Wednesday the whole staff would go, or I would make everyone go.
Yeah.
And I was like, "We're going to karaoke." He's like, "Okay." So when you get off and I'm there, will I see you walk in? I was like, yeah, we're going.
Owen, wow.
And he was like, promise, don't flake on me. Don't ditch me. And I was like, I promise I won't. He's like, Pinky, promise.
Did you guys do Pinky?
And then Jamie got mad and didn't want me to go.
Husband is
you
like,
ghosted him.
hey,
I did.
I'm gonna chop that pinky right now.
Because Jamie had served him and has like seen some of his shenanigans and like
All right, so he knew
was like, I know what kind of guy he is. And I was like, relax, do it for the story.
So John Mayer, which end of the spectrum? Good, bad?
John Mayer was great.
Yeah.
I just had to remain calm, but I was so nervous. I was like, would you like to see a menu? And someone had already did. He was like, I have one. I was like, okay, for like just for drinks. Like, did you want to order a drink from the menu, like inside on the menu? And he was like, someone already got me. And I was like, well, I'll just take the menu then, since like you don't need it. Like, I was like, it was so bad.
And, only that was
and then I took the
recorded.
menu, and then I was like, did you want like a dinner menu? Like, and he was like, I'm waiting for a table. And I was like, what? Dumb. Of course you would.
So good.
You're eating dinner here. I love that for you. It's a great idea. It was like, and I'm sure it wasn't that bad, but internally I was like,
But in your head, it's like,
Probably didn't
I'm
stop
sure,
thinking about
I'm
it.
sure I was just like, would you like a menu? He's like, I've got one. I was like, yeah, cool. And I was like, making fun of myself when I walked away. I was
Replaying
like,
in your
you want
head,
a menu? And all night in bed, I was like, you want a menu? I was just like, replaying it like a friggin'
You
loser.
freaking idiot. What did you say?
That's
It's
amazing.
Here's what. Jamie and I had hall passes, right? Like, okay, if who was his hall pass? Maybe like Kate Beckinsale or something.
Is that like a joke, or you really
No,
had
like
them?
it's for real.
You
like,
really had hall passes.
for real. Yeah.
Do you know what that means?
His was
If-
Mila Kunis. Hall pass means like if you have a chance to hook up with that
right.
person.
Yeah, you have a celebrity crush.
You
If
have
I
an-
ever
there's
get
an-
cheated,
there's an exception.
but
I
it's only
will,
like,
I will actually high five you for it. Like,
What?
nice.
Like,
but
if you're gonna,
because
if you're bang right now, George Clooney,
Didn't
I'm
Owen
gonna
Wilson
high-five.
star in a movie called Hall Pass?
yes, but he wasn't my hall pass.
Yes.
Yes, but he wasn't my hall pass. John Mayer was. So then, this is where it gets juicy. John Mayer gets sat in Jamie's section,
Uh-oh.
and then he's like, "Okay, John wants." I was like, "Oh, first name, okay." He was like, "John wants a margarita, top shelf." And I asked, does he have a preference of the top shelf tequilas? And he was like, "Oh well, just let the bartender choose." He's like, "Oh yeah, there's a really cute bartender in there. She'll like." He was
Helping
back-
you.
Hooking you up?
Yes, and then John Mayer was like getting pretty drunk, whatever. He's like, "Oh no, I can't. Like, I'm driving." He's like, "Oh, whatever. Like, one of the bartenders could probably give you a ride."
No.
And he was not like picking up what Jamie was putting down, like at all. He was just like,
oh my God.
he was just like drunk
How
with
I
his
never
friend.
knew
Like,
these stories.
oh yeah, that's just
So
one
Hall
of the
Pass
stories.
wasn't redeemed.
No,
You said no.
so
I
sad.
told you, Connor, the other day. I have such
That's
a
your Hall Pass?
yeah, banana pants.
I'll spit my water.
I'm like me and Connor, like this guy who I met first time. He loved John Mayer as well.
Well, you moved here in 2004, so
Yeah,
clearly
whatever,
you know
whatever.
everybody already.
So it's kind of like, he haven't wrote and been very present and active for a long time, and we're like, sure, I'm like, such a big crush as a musician, as a music,
yeah.
right? But you have a different crush.
Oh
You
yeah, I
have
am
a different
in
crush.
love. I have so many of those crushes.
Was anyone like just the worst?
All right, yeah. Okay, let's tell us
Talk-
about somebody
talk
who's
some
like
shit.
cocky
I get
dick.
kind of wary about that. I will say it wasn't usually
your
the
opinion.
celebrity. It
Yeah,
wasn't
that you
always
got
the celebrity.
disappointed
It
with,
was
say.
more their like entourage that wanted to feel relevant.
Yeah.
In the midst of someone else who was like, "Oh, I'm cool and important too." It's like, relax.
Mm.
Or would like be overly rude or demanding just to feel like they could. Nicki Minaj is very, very, very sweet, very kind, actually very shy, soft spoken, and like reserved,
Really?
which you would not
You'd never
think
think.
based on
Yeah.
her stage
Yeah.
presence. But also, yeah, so she would come in, she was very shy. Drake would come in and they would sit at the bar and hang out. And Nicki Minaj was really sweet, but her entourage was very rude.
Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters,
Mhm.
haters and not haters, and the
Mhm.
rest of the pigeons. Hello, booby.
Wow! This episode and every episode is sponsored by our friends at Surfshark VPN, and we are very grateful for that. And
Short version is
PN. You should be browsing the web with a VPN, and Surfshark's got you covered. They sponsor Trilogy Media. We're super fucking grateful for it. And you can get a big discount. Surfshark.com/trilogy. You get 4 extra months for free. If you don't know what a VPN is, you should probably look it up. And this day and age, you should probably be using one, especially if you ever use public Wi-Fi. It's a way to mask your IP address and your real location from when you're connected to the internet. So you connect your computer, your laptop, your cell phone, whether you're on Wi-Fi or data, you're in public areas. Your IP, your personal information, it's all susceptible to attacks and fraudulent activities and people knowing where you are. And it's just, your privacy is important. And Surfshark gives you that freedom to do so.
And unfortunately, scammers will use towards their benefit, advantage. We've been scambaiting almost a decade, and the amount of people victims that we will came across who said like, I was using public Wi-Fi, and by using public Wi-Fi, whatever you're in LAX, you're in a hotel, you're international airport, they can know exactly your location, and they can say like, hey, they will Google it, where is the nearest police station, and they spoof the number and call you and pretend you police officer Vlad, and you have to pay your taxes. But they know everything because of you don't use VPN, because of your location.
So having Surfshark VPN on all of your devices, which you can do so all under one single subscription. They don't charge extra for adding. You can do as many devices as you want under one single subscription, but it gives you the freedom to not only assign a virtual location to your device, so the internet or your connection to the internet reads your location being anywhere that you want it to, and then you can change that location anytime you want with a single click, which has a lot more benefits than just privacy protection. So if there's certain pieces of content or websites that are geo-restricted, or maybe we're talking about Netflix. Maybe the UK version of Netflix has a show that you want to watch that the US doesn't, or vice versa.
If I would be living still in Belarus, I would not be able to watch Netflix. Simple is that. People have to have Surfshark VPN to kind of trick the system and say like, I'm in America, can I watch right now the TV show?
My wife is from Ireland, and sometimes there's programs on what's called RTE over in Ireland that we can't get here in the States. She can't even get it online. She has to change her location to be suddenly home, and she can access it instantly. So Surfshark gives you that freedom to change your virtual location as many times as you want, anytime that you want, with as many devices as you can possibly fathom under one single subscription, of which you get 4 extra months for free just by using our link, which is surfshark.com/trilogy.
I personally downloaded an app. You should have that too. And when you set up your account and everything, and you have your own app, you can select different alerts. And I selected automatically monitor emails, credit cards, and personal IDs. Scan for breach database. Get notified if your personal info is leaked. So again, I can sleep. I can work with this fuckface. What do I do? I will get notification. If somebody was trying my data breach, something happened, I already got notification by Surfshark. So again, you supporting Surfshark, it means you supporting Trilogy Media. So, and it's not like you cannot return shit. We in America, 30 days money back guaranteed.
You're not going to need it.
You're not going to need it.
There.
It's there if you need it, if you want it, but you're not going to need it. Surfshark.com/trilogy and fucking get that 4 months on a house. Surfshark,
we only put our name on things that we trust and we actually use ourselves. We've had, you can count on one hand the number of companies that we've actually taken brand deals with. We only do things that pertain to the content that we make, protecting yourself online, and shit that we actually use and trust. So you can trust that. If you trust us, you can trust Surfshark.
Well said, partner.
Well, it's what I do.
Yeah.
Love you, Surfshark. Thank you for sponsoring.
Thank you. We love you. Let's go. Back to reality.
It was like not great. Also, a funny story, Nicki Minaj brought in her own bottle of A1.
Steak sauce?
Took it out of her purse.
My girl.
Put it on the
She
bar
knows
top.
what she wants, and
She
it's
took
delicious.
it out of her purse and was like shameless. And then she got the ribeye truffle butter, which is served medium rare because it's just delectable.
Oh, that's so delicious. I'm already
it's sliced
good.
ribeye served
you guys
medium
won't-
rare in a browned truffle butter with crispy Maui onions and sage.
You're making me hungry.
Oh my God, it is.
She still remembers.
Well, does Nobu
Phenomenal.
not serve A1?
They do not serve A1.
So she's like,
she bought her
fuck
own.
that.
So she ordered it extra well done and just doused.
Oh my God.
Just doused
The
A1
finest
onto
meat.
truffle butter. It just was insane. And then she left the bottle and the whole staff was like fighting over it. And we had to put names in a hat. And Asada got it. She loved Nicki Minaj. She was so happy. So she got to take home the A1 sauce.
That is hilarious.
Yeah.
Hey, mom and dad, you know what I have? Yeah, A1 bottle. Yeah, but it's not just A1
I mean, she
bottle.
probably still has it.
You know who holds
She
it?
probably turned it into a vase after. But yeah, the stories there were fun. Drake once asked me if a vodka cranberry was strong.
What?
And he was like, is a vodka cranberry strong? And I was like, it can be.
Depends how much
I was like,
vodka
and he was like-
I can pour
He's like,
inside.
like, can you make it whatever? And I was like, okay. So I did mostly juice, but
Okay,
yeah, a
so
lot of
let's booze
stories.
more juice.
Wow.
Yeah.
But nobody, like, somebody will be like, you met that person. You know, like, sometimes you're meeting somebody from movies, from music industry, whatever.
So many people, but
And you
amazing stories, like amazing
stories. Okay. But I was like referring when you meet somebody and you're like, you know what? Let's say like Michael Jordan. And I was like, you know what? I rather have that image that the person, I'm just referencing.
Nobody was really
And you're like,
terrible.
all right.
Drake did come in all the time at like 9:58 though, and we close at 10 and bring in like 15 people. But everyone was, I've never had like,
Did they tip at least?
actually I have a really horrible story about Steven Dorff. If you're watching this, I hope you are, actually. Because do you guys know who Steven Dorff is?
I do.
Exactly my point.
Who is Google that?
You have to Google
I know
this
the
one.
name.
Okay, I know the face.
Okay, so we
Good.
on 4th of July, we would have these buyouts, which is when a company or a person buys out the restaurant for the day. They throw a party for, I think the buyout cost was $250,000 to have the Nobu as your venue.
Jeez.
Then you have to meet up. Then you have to meet a beverage minimum. So then I don't know, it's probably like $300,000 to throw this party. And we had satellite bars outside because it's open bar. It's really whatever. And there's a huge line because it's open bar. We're so busy in there. No one's sitting at tables. It's all people are just drinking. And someone comes up and like budges the line and was like, make me a margarita. And I was like, oh.
Hello.
And like budged in front of people. I was like, you can wait in line with all the other grown-ups.
So you're like, pew, pew.
That's a perfect
Which
response.
I was like already like snippy because it's so crazy in there. And you have to like as a bartender like hold your ground.
Yeah.
You can't be like, oh, right away. You get,
No,
you know,
they're
like,
gonna take advantage of you, of course.
fuck in the back of the line,
Yeah.
loser.
Yeah.
Like I was,
This is my house,
And that was him?
you in my house.
yeah. And so he goes, oh, okay. I guess someone doesn't really know what they're doing. Are you new? Are you a beginner? And I went, no, I actually know exactly what I'm doing. Do you have a problem? He goes, yeah, you're being a fucking bitch. And I said, what did you just say to me? I said, you want to say it a little bit louder while I get security over here? And I go, come over here. I was like, this man's cussing me, trying to budge the line. I was like, you can leave. And he was like, no, you're being a fucking cunt, whatever. He was like drunk. And he was like, you don't know what you're doing. You guys need to stop staffing with like these people who don't know what they're doing. She's obviously a beginner. And I was like, you can leave. You can get out. And then security escorted him out. And he got kicked out. I didn't even know who he was.
You kick him out.
So then Maina, who's another manager, came over. She goes, Rosie, I heard you got Steven Dorff 86 from the party. And I was like, who's that? I didn't know who it was. And everyone came up to me like, you got in a fight with Steven Dorff? And I was like, I guess. I didn't even know who it was.
Yeah.
And then he came in like a week later and sat in Jamie's section. And that's all I'll say. I was bartending and Jamie was his server, and that's all I'll say. I'll tell you guys later.
It's something good or something bad?
No, it was fine. Just don't piss off the kitchen, right?
Did you fuck with his food?
I did not fuck with his food. No. I did not fuck with his food.
Karma
I
is a bitch,
I didn't.
regardless how much money, fame you have in
The
your
movie
pocket.
Waiting. Just like Waiting.
Waiting.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's all I will say. I did not fuck with his food.
So
That's all I'll say.
did you not fuck with his food with Jamie, or was it out?
I didn't do anything.
Guys, can you
Oh,
please remind me
so
a reference
good.
from that movie? Excuse me, my beef or whatever is not good.
The
Okay, no
steak or
problem.
something, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, that's-
it's not hot enough.
That's waiting, right?
We didn't do that at Nobu, but
And
I
then-
will just
but
There we
say
go.
we did not.
Oh,
We had never done that at Nobu. I will say that.
Never
This
done
is
it.
so
Never.
Never. I have
not
not
once.
experienced that happening.
Wow.
But
You don't remember anything. Nothing happened. What happened? You have footage?
No.
You have footage?
No
No
footage.
footage.
No footage
No
at
footage,
all.
Rosie. There is no footage.
no footage. And it
1
didn't
week,
happen.
no footage.
Anyway, Steven Dorff, if you're watching this, which hopefully by now you know who I am.
Well, Steven Dorff, go fuck yourself.
And then
Wow, karma is good.
yeah.
Yeah.
I couldn't point him out in a lineup though. He's pretty forgettable despite the experience. But that was
Wow.
probably like the
What a
worst
legacy.
like thing I got into it. And I've gotten into it one time. I could do a whole podcast on bartender stories. This guy,
We got time.
we were so busy. I was always working in the well, which is like you're making the drinks for the servers. And it's like tickets are just vomiting out of the machine. I was so busy. I would take the ticket thing and put it around my neck, like, because I was just like, whatever. And you have to be really fast and you're like ripping them off, whatever. Some guy comes up to me. He goes, and I go,
Whistling at you?
yeah, I go, am I a dog? This is for real happened. And people are like, Rosie, you're not that mean. I'm like, I would get so sassy when I was bartending.
Yeah.
Because you just have to, you're just
No,
in
of
this
course.
thing. And I go, am I a dog? And he goes, what? And I go, you just whistled at me. I'm just asking you if you think I'm a dog.
This is so
And then
good.
he
I fucking
goes,
love
he was
this.
like, oh, that wasn't for you. Like, I'm sorry. I go, oh, do you mind pointing out who you do think is a dog? And I can go get them for you. I was so mad. The bar top was all like watching
See,
this.
that
They
was
were
me
like,
at Blockbuster. I just got...
But you never did this.
Well,
you never said
I
shit
never
like
had
this.
the chance to spit in people's
Right.
food.
which we never did.
Never happened, Ashton.
That never
No.
happened. And
Never
I was like,
happened.
do you mind pointing out who you do think is a dog and I can go get them for you? And he
Us.
goes, I didn't do it. And I was like, oh, okay. And I was like, cool. And he was like, listen, I'm sorry. And I go, why are you sorry? I thought you didn't do it. And I was like,
This is a movie
I'm
character.
going
This is
to
a
go
movie
back to making
character.
drinks. I was like, hopefully someone else can help you. And my friend was like, Rosie, chill. And I was like, no. And then I like,
Good.
kept making the
Good for
drinks.
you.
Good.
Yeah, because
Don't
The
whistle
biggest
at me.
lie ever told is the customer's always
And-
right.
yeah.
Never a
Fuck
Nobu.
that
I'm
shit.
paying for this, so you fucking dance.
Yeah,
If I
no.
want to be mean to you, just bite
At
your tongue.
Nobu, never. Like we
Yeah.
could be like, we don't do that here. If
Yeah.
people wanted to modify something or someone's like, can I get an audios, motherfucker? I'm like, we don't make those here. Like we don't even have blue curacao back here. Grow up.
If you have your stuff, leave it behind the
Yeah.
door. Everybody
Yeah.
is even.
But I miss those days. I could get out some kind of like,
Mhm.
but you know,
So who was that person? Is it
Some-
anybody
just-
famous or nobody? Okay.
I didn't know at the time. I could have been.
Oh, the
I
whistler?
clearly, I
the
didn't know.
whistleblower.
It's
Who
me.
was
Clearly, I
that?
know.
Could've been
But
Steven
some of
Dorff's
the
brother.
nicest ones, Vince Vaughn is so nice. So nice. And like would let people come up to him.
He sat behind me at the Home Alone concert I went to last year.
I loved
Like
that
right
concert.
behind me. It
I
was
had been
so
to that.
good.
Did you
Yeah,
see John
he sat
Williams?
right behind me.
Yeah, that's right. You mentioned that.
No, he wasn't
I
there.
loved that.
Yeah.
That was such a cool experience. But yeah, Vince Vaughn is so nice.
He's tall.
Very tall, but so sweet. Nicki Minaj, very nice. I got to make Paul McCartney his margarita.
No shit.
And meet him.
That's cool.
I
This is, yeah.
almost fainted. Because, you know, you're kind of numb to
Yeah.
celebrities when you're in there.
Mhm.
It's like not as, I mean, it's still like,
It's
oh,
becoming
cool,
normal.
Rihanna's in here. Like she came up to me and she's stunning in person. Like she is so.
So you can't text your friends, but are you allowed? But amongst each other, can you be like, so and
Yeah,
so's
of
there or there?
course.
Yeah. I mean,
like,
how are they going to stop
well,
you?
you also have to kind of like make sure someone makes Paul McCartney's not like waiting.
Don't screw up
Yeah.
his
And
margarita.
everyone's like,
Yeah.
I can't do it, Rosie, go. And I was
Yeah.
like, why do I always have to do it? But I was like, yeah, I'm going to do it.
My fingers are shaking. I don't want to put too
But
much
he
or
was
too low.
so
And they're
kind, but the whole bar, like, the whole bar fell silent. They all fell silent because he's like a legend. And
Yeah.
so it's not just like a Kardashian walking in, which they came in a lot and people were like, oh, but Paul McCartney.
Did you ever do your voices at work?
No, not really. The whole question was, how did you know that you could do the Siri voice? And it was
Was
during,
that the question? I don't remember.
That was the question that
I
began
love
this
these-
whole story.
I love these stories.
Setting up, I would be on my phone or whatever, and I'd ask Siri to remind me things. And I'd be like, hey, Siri, remind me at 3:00 about doctor's appointment. My friend was like, why are you talking? Angel was like, why are you talking to her like you're her? And I was like, what? He's like, every time you like ask Siri to do something, like you like do it in her voice. And I was like, maybe I like want her to pay more attention to me or something, or like maybe I feel like she'll hear me better. He's like, do it again, like say whatever. And I was like, I'm sorry, I didn't get that or something. And he thought it was so funny, would always make me do it. Then other people did. Then I just practiced it. And
you're like, here we go.
but
Here
I guess
am.
I just could do it. He was like, every time he's like, I'm always laughing
I remember
under
even,
my breath.
I even remember asking you when we did our first live stream together, and I actually blacked out. I did not remember that when we met you next to Starbucks, we proceed to our apartment to make movies.
We went right over.
Yeah, wow.
I just like went over to
You went to two
dudes'
strange
apartments
dudes'
that I
house.
didn't
Yeah.
How
know.
many
you met-
followers
That's
did you guys
true.
have at this time?
How many what?
How many followers did
You
you
guys were at
have?
like 300 or 400 maybe?
No, we were.
No.
We were.
200?
We
No,
just celebrated with you later 100,000.
That's right.
That's crazy to
Yeah.
me.
No, we
You
were under,
were celebrating with us.
we were under 100.
She was already 350,
you were
something
blue,
like that.
yeah,
It was crazy. I didn't get my silver plaque until
Have you seen the new plaques?
no.
There we go.
Look at the. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Wait, how did you get a set? Oh, is this for your
It's for the Spanish
dumb one?
channel. Look
They
at the downgrade.
fucking downgraded.
It's a fucking keychain.
They're saving money right now. Live better.
Why
For all
are
plugs.
they doing this?
I know.
We call
I would
these
be so
keychain.
upset.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
We got that. We're like, what
Yeah.
the fuck is this?
For everybody, for gold, for
The
silver.
gold ones are this big?
Well, they're the same proportion. So they're like this one is smaller than that, but then
Yeah,
that
it's
one is
gonna be
smaller than this. But they're
So
small.
the gold one's like that one now, maybe, or what?
They it's all sizes. It was an email that
No, they're all
sizes,
smaller.
They're all smaller.
Yeah, but the gold ones just are proportionately bigger.
Yeah.
But they're still like that's the old one.
Yeah.
Like the
And
new,
you have the
the
same
new
old
gold
one.
ones
Yeah.
are like you're right.
So
Probably
if
like
you're
this.
opening a new channel right now, it's going to be a lot like silver. It's going to be you can put in your pocket.
Keychain.
This is so
It's
sad.
so
Yeah.
bad.
It is
Yeah.
sad.
I was wondering because I saw a couple of people on Instagram that were like, "Got my plaque," and I was
Yeah.
like, "Is that
Did you
like
shrink it?
maybe they got another 100,000?" And this is like when you
No.
like lap
Yeah,
yourself.
no.
No, they're saving money. Save money, live better.
I'm so glad that we got it.
I'm so glad.
Yeah, I
that-
know.
back in your pocket,
Yeah, exactly.
in your wallet. That's wild.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I was trying to say that when we did our live stream and then we're doing, I'm preparing the booze, being bartender, and you grab your phone and you start making reminders. Like, hey Siri, remind me to take my vitamins at 6:00.
Oh, my Siri just went off.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
Yeah.
You always been talking to your phone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
always.
Always.
So I'm ADHD. If I don't remind myself right now, I
You
will
will
forget.
not.
Didn't we do a joint live stream that day?
Did we join?
We might have, yeah.
Oh, no,
A
we
joint.
never joined. We never
vodka
smoked a
in your
joint.
ears?
Vodka.
Did we do
we
a
did
joint?
vodka.
Did we do a
but we
joint?
didn't do joint.
Yeah, we got schmanned.
Yeah, we went live on our platform on YouTube, and we were sitting like this.
Why did you go to two strange YouTuber guys' house who
I
just met him 10
knew
minutes?
you guys were. I can tell. Like,
What? Do we look like we're freaking murderers?
No, but just like, it's LA. I don't,
that would
people
be
are-
crazy. But
people
like, you guys
weird.
are clearly,
Well, thanks.
have met so many different people
Yeah.
bartending,
But
and
you just
have
never
to get a
know.
read on
Yeah, I
people
know,
right
but
away.
You just never
Yeah.
really know.
You never know. I mean,
We-
I shared my location with Jamie, and I was
Okay.
like, "Hey, I'm doing this." He was like,
We
"That's
met-
pretty crazy,"
Yeah.
but if he's like, "I trust your judgment," but
Yeah.
yeah, I feel like my judgment's
No, that's.
fine.
And then we did another one,
Oh, we
another
did
one,
tons of them, yeah.
And then you called like.
And then you came for 24-hour live stream.
Yeah.
You hung out with us for
Jamie
like
came to that.
8
Yeah,
hours with
he was-
us.
yeah.
Thank you, by
playing
the way.
Jenga.
That was fun. That
Jenga.
also
Oh my
went
God.
by. I think we were there for like 8 hours
You were
or
there a
something.
long, like
Yeah.
we were struggling with energy. Like you guys really brought the
Yeah,
energy.
that
Thank
was
you.
fun.
It was fun.
That was a good time.
It
But
was.
without you guys to like help us keep it going,
Is
oh
that
my
the
god.
day, the following day I was flying to Russia?
Yeah.
And
That's
Belarus.
right. And I was like,
Yeah.
"You're crazy."
Well, and that's why we never did it again.
I almost yeah.
Because it was.
I would've
We
gotten sick.
finished live stream,
man.
and I literally like zombie
Oh
without
my
not
God.
sleeping.
Yeah, he went
and
on a
I
15-hour flight.
Barely made it on the plane,
Oh my
and the
God.
whole. The
At
good
least
thing
you
is,
slept
I've been
right on the
sleeping
plane. Yeah, at least you
all these
slept,
like
yeah.
20 something hours.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Okay,
I want to hear the pizza story before we get too far into the future.
Oh yeah, pizza story.
Your,
Yeah,
st-
so
your,
tell me
your
pizza
Santa
story, and
Monica
then I-
stalker.
and
Okay,
I-
so blowing up on YouTube, I didn't know that was going to happen. I did not take preventative measures to think about my privacy and like safety and information. You know, because if you type in like a Rosie Okamura address, it'll be like white pages, like all Spokio,
Mhm.
Yeah.
been verified. All these things have those like data broker websites have all your information.
Mhm.
Speaking of which,
Speaking of your information being publicly available, the whole crux of this entire story and what caused Rosie to have to fucking move,
yeah,
you should be getting your info removed. See, Rosie didn't realize maybe A, that her information was available on these websites, but B, certainly didn't think it would tie into this massive, explosive, viral sensation she was going to turn into, to the point where it could put her in actual danger. Your information is everywhere, and that is not usually a good thing.
when your database, all your information public is available publicly. So they found the store that she was going to.
Mhm.
Stalkers went to the store. From the store went to her apartment. So it was a disaster.
And it wasn't even just her address. As she said, they kept finding her phone number. She would change her phone number,
She changed.
and that
Like-
new phone number somehow would get harvested in a matter of days, and people would find that shit. Your information is all over the place. It's all over public databases. It's called harvesting. When you put your number into anything online, it can easily be harvested and sold to literally thousands of data brokers all over the place. What Incogni does is it's an automated service that gets your information taken down from all of those sources, all of those public databases, all of those data brokers that are making a profit, selling your personal information to other data brokers. You can get your shit removed off of there.
And all you have to do is actually use one finger. You got a finger, you sign up for this app. Okay, use our link, of course, incogni.com/trilogy, so you can get 60% off from yearly subscription. And then you can listen to Trilogy Media podcast. Everything is happening on your behalf, whatever you're doing.
It works in the background, and they send you regular reports showing you how many brokers have your info, how many have since removed, how many are still in progress, so that you know that it's working.
Total send, 223. In progress, 71. Completed 152.
I've had mine a little longer. Mine is literally in the thousands.
Time saved. If I will do everything manually, it will take me 114 hours.
Mine is in the 800s.
Dude, almost 1,000 hours.
It's insane.
1,000 hours.
Yeah.
Working with Trilogy, for
Also,
Trilogy.
not to mention, I don't want my fucking address just publicly searchable for people to do whatever they're going to do.
Especially for us.
There's a lot of weird people out there. So,
But he's public figure, so it's kind of like obviously nobody wants
their privacy violated in ways that they're unaware of. Incogni will identify it and automated with an automated system, request those data removals that these companies have to abide by, but you have to request it. So for you to do it one by one would take an eternity. Incogni does it for you.
And you supporting Incogni, it supports us. But please use that link in description, incogni.com/trilogy. And they're going to see that we send you
60% off also of an entire
who
year
fucking does that?
just by using that
60%.
link. So if you're listening to this with audio, go to incogni.com/trilogy when you get off the treadmill or you get out of the car. If you're watching this, you can click link below. What?
Wow. You brought treadmill to this conversation. That's
yeah,
amazing.
not for me, for the listeners. You think I'm going to be on the fucking treadmill?
I mean,
I don't do treadmills. And I fucking hate, I can't stand treadmills. But I do love data privacy and protecting yourself. Use our link, incogni.com/trilogy. Thank you to Incogni for sponsoring Trilogy Media.
Incogni.
Take your personal information. Let me take that again. Take your personal information back right now. Remove
I was like, are you plugging? Oh,
yeah, of course.
I was like, what about mine?
Yeah, we
Laura.
this year we worked before with Surfshark and Incogni when we went to India, and prior like 2020, 2021, 2022. Then we did Guardio, and now we're back with Incogni and Surfshark.
Yeah. I love it.
It's like brother and sister, two
Brought to
companies.
you,
But
right?
so your
Brought to
address
you.
was already there.
Well, yeah, so it was just on there because I didn't think I was going to be like a YouTuber.
People were going to be looking for it.
and that people would care. And some weird person who's probably watching this is found my address and doxed it in the comments of one of my biggest videos. It was like, oh, Rosie Oakmore, I'm pretty sure she was on 7th Street. Whatever. It was so crazy. Pretty sure I figured out your address. And then someone doxed me somehow.
And you saw
and I
it.
didn't realize that happened till after this story I'm about to tell you, where my YouTube was going up. I don't know what to do. I barely know how to edit the videos to put them up. So it's like 10:30 at night on like a Thursday or something, weekday. And Jamie and I are watching TV, and it's just like, we're like, okay. It's like, that's weird. And they're like, Domino's. And I was like, babe, did you order pizza? He's like, no. And I was like, oh, they probably just have the wrong thing. I'll open it and tell them go to the whatever. And I open it, and they're like, oh, for Rosie.
Open the door.
Well, Jamie stood up with me.
Oh, okay.
So we opened the door, and they were like, pizza for Rosie? And we were like, no, we didn't order. I was like, what are you? And I thought Jamie was like joking. I was like, what are you doing? He's like, I didn't order this. And they're like, oh, is your phone number blah, blah, blah? And I was like, yeah. And I was like, I didn't order this. They're like, okay. I was like, is it paid for? They're like, no, it's cash on arrival. They didn't even pay for it. And then I was like, I'm so sorry. I can go get my wallet. I didn't order this. I think someone's like pranking me. And they're like, no, it's okay. Like, I'll figure it out. I'll just deliver to the next house. Like, whatever. I'll just cancel it. And I was like, I'm so sorry. Like, I don't know. Whatever. And I sat on the couch, and I was like, that was so weird.
Can you do cash on
And then
arrival?
I hear, yeah. Then I hear a knock while we're talking about it. It's fucking Pizza Hut.
What?
And they're like, hi, for Rosie, that's going to be $18.94. And I was like, no. And I was like, what is happening? And
back to back.
Yeah, back to back. And then I was like, I'm so sorry. I can pay for it. And so I don't know how to explain this. I was like, someone's like pranking me.
Yeah, how do you like?
But this that does happen sometimes.
Sure.
Like once in a while, it does happen. Like it's no worries. Like we'll just comp it. And I was like, I can pay for it. Like, there's like, no, it's all good. So then he leaves and he passes Papa John.
Oh my God.
Papa fucking John's.
What?
On my way. And I go, is that for Rosie? He goes, yeah. And I was like, I'm so sorry. I was like, this guy's leaving. Someone's pranking me. Like pizza bombing me or whatever it's called. I don't even know. I don't know if I made up that term, but I was like, I just got like pizza bombed. Or like, I don't really understand what's happening.
Send me pizza. I'm gonna get my
crazy,
address.
but, like,
Yeah, but you have to fucking pay for it.
it's all
You're gonna
cash
pay
on
for
arrival.
every
Every
single
bitches
pizza.
didn't even pay for it for their prank.
Wow. I did not know you can order stuff and so like, no, that bitch gonna pay.
So
this was
then-
pre, this was
Not anymore,
pre DoorDash,
Right.
like, right?
No, there was Postmates and stuff.
Was there?
There was,
That was what,
this was
2009?
2018, 2019. There
But
was
this is when
Postmates.
people would still call a pizza
Right.
place directly and
But
get
yeah,
a delivery.
You can still do cash on arrival,
Can you
even
still do
online.
that?
Yeah, you can. But I think
Never
only
heard
for
it in my
pizza.
life.
Seems like there's a lot of room for fraud in there and
Only
bullshit.
only
you know?
for pizza they do it.
So you got how many
So
pieces
Papa
total?
John's comes up.
3. And I sent them away. I think they like either called on the call box or like, oh, whatever, or something.
None
and
of
I
them
sent them away.
made you pay. Like none of them gave you a hard time, right?
They didn't. I was
Oh
like, I
my
don't know how to
God.
explain this. And all the neighbors came out because there's all this commotion of like knocking and talking, and people were like,
Traffic. Pizza traffic.
So then, how
Yeah.
did you figure out how that happened? Did you
so
search
then
your comments?
I go inside freaking out, and I'm like, this is actually kind of scary and like violating because I don't know who did this, and it
Yeah.
must be something that happened with like now people know who I am. It was like the first like
Something
ooh.
recently.
Yeah, I was like my YouTube, and then my phone starts ringing incessantly with my number showing up. Like people are spoofing my
Spoofing your
number,
own
calling
number.
me, and going, fuck you, like hope you enjoy your pizzas. Ha, 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 we love your videos. Like they're like saying mean stuff and nice stuff at the same time.
What the fuck?
I love you, but
And they were like,
Fuck you, I
and
love
then-
you.
fuck you, I love you.
It was so weird. And they were like laughing and then like saying really weird shit and then calling and calling and calling and calling. And it was so bad that I put my phone like on do not disturb or like airplane mode
Mhm.
and only internet and like changed my number like through the AT&T app like while it because I had to put it on
Wow.
airplane mode because I
Happening.
couldn't use my phone.
But don't you
It's
lose
so-
access to all your accounts then? You change your number that quickly? You don't get.
There was like less 2-factor authentication back
Yeah,
then.
that's
But
true.
the last time I changed my number, I got really fucked for
That's why I
That
won't change
too.
mine. I've had mine since I was 12, and I
I
won't
know.
change it.
I
It's
had mine
everything.
since I was 15 or something. I was so
So you
mad.
had to message everyone you know, which
Yeah.
actually you've messaged us a few times since we've known you.
Yeah,
Here's
you
my new
did.
number. You've changed your number
I was texting
so
to
many
your old
times.
number so many times, and I got the reply, this person does not have this number anymore. Please stop texting me.
Yeah, that lady ended up
that lady-
changing her. She changed her number because too many people.
Asking for
We're
Rosie.
thinking she was you.
It was you.
Yeah,
Oh boy.
And
Yeah.
what
but
is
she actually
James
helped
saying
me.
during all of this when this is all happening all of a
he's
sudden?
freaked out.
Yeah.
And I was like, we need to move, like, because I kept getting more phone calls even though I changed my number. Then I like pulled my numbers from all these things before there were really programs like Aura or
Incogni.
Cockney.
Incogni.
Cockney. Yes.
Cockney.
Cockney.
Yeah, before there was all those things. But then I realized someone had like sent me a message like, hey, you got to be careful. Someone's like wrote your address in your comments. Like some fan was like,
Oh, that's how you find
or
out.
follower was like, oh,
Right.
someone like whatever. And I was like, what? And like, yeah, like you might want to delete that comment. Someone's
So
like
you went to
saying
a
your
section of...
yeah. So then I had to like go on
section.
YouTube and block certain words,
Yeah.
like
Right.
my address,
Mhm.
my name, my parents' names, like whatever. Then this weird guy wrote some huge blog about me. I could tell it was like just something on the spectrum there. Like it was very just like everything about me. Suggestions on like what they think that I should do with my like career, favorite pictures and videos of me, like my parents' names, my sister, my brother, where I went to school.
This
It's a
type
lot
of
at
apartment.
once.
Yeah.
Like all this happens so
yeah,
quickly.
I was like, what is happening? Like, I get that I'm interesting, but I'm not that interesting. What is happening?
3 questions for you immediately. Like immediately. Okay, question number 1. How did at that time, your husband handle that, he had normal wife, yep, you're beautiful, you're gorgeous,
Oh,
you're
like
amazing,
the-
and that's only for you.
all the
And
attention
all of a
online.
sudden,
Yeah.
your wife becoming fucking internet.
Like
He
you
was
got.
really supportive.
But you
Very
have-
supportive.
I remember he was buying champagne for every
You guys would
100,000
celebrate a
subscribers.
lot.
He will
Yes.
celebrate.
Yeah.
But I can only imagine the amount of fucking perverts you get.
Yeah, it's
in-
bad. It's bad.
That was my second question.
Oh, great.
Okay. Do you remember we did have the same moderator on our channel and your channel, and that moderator flip on you during live stream and start talking shit that
I
you
don't
have to
remember.
finish the live stream.
I don't remember that at all. Who was
Remember
it?
that?
I vaguely remember that.
Who
I don't
was it?
remember
Are
who
they
it
still
was.
alive?
I
Like,
don't
they're so-
remember, but I remember that you call us and you said like, guys,
Vinny Pots and Pans?
yes.
Vinny Pots and Pans.
What did he say?
have-
Is
That
he
was his
still
name.
around?
I have what? A brain?
Nothing, I did not
you
say
say
nothing.
what?
Is
No.
he still around?
Did you just say
No.
we haven't.
No.
Did he pass away?
He wasn't our mod. He was just
No, that was Matt Laporta.
Matt Laporte
Matt
passed away.
Laporta.
Okay.
Michelle
Remember
Pepple
this
passed
guy?
away.
Okay,
Michelle
yeah.
Pepple.
Vinny Pots and Pans
But
wasn't.
then
He wasn't our
another-
mod, but he was very active
was
in our
Then
chat.
another mod passed away, Matthew.
We've had a few. We've had a
We
couple.
have few.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I remember that person was
Vinny
super
Pots and
financially
Pans.
supportive to us.
Yeah.
And he will be always like, and we're like, hey, Vinny Pots and Pans, blah, blah, blah. And then you called us like, hey, guys, so this moderator went fucking bizarre on
I don't
me.
even remember that at all.
Really?
I
That was
don't
a while
remember.
ago.
Yeah.
I mean,
and you said like, how is that person? And you said you blocked
you
him.
probably don't remember because you get so much of that
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah,
It doesn't
I
stand
remember
out.
the username.
Yeah.
Let's talk about your underpits.
Oh yeah, my armpits.
Your what now?
Armpits.
Your under.
My armpits.
Underpits.
Yeah, I
The
could block that word if you watch the mean comments.
So mean
on
comments
Trilogy
on Trilogy
Plus.
Plus. When you talked about blocking words on your
It's-
channel,
People have a kink about armpits, and they
you
love
have
my.
the funny.
I learned these only
funny.
when we start doing things together.
It's
as
funny,
a
but
mean
not
comments.
funny.
No, it's not
How
fucking
many
funny.
words you have to put?
Right.
Random things you
Oh,
wouldn't
it's-
think of.
Nobody want to see
To block.
our under.
No?
Under.
Speak for yourself.
Speak for yeah. Maybe you will.
You have to block
Half
on
the
your
comments are
channel.
asking to see his armpits because I know him.
I mean,
so.
come on, you know.
All right, I'm taking this back.
No, I can only. I just yeah.
Yeah, it's bad.
You've had
Walk us
some. You've
through.
had some funny, not funny encounters
It's
and
not-
I mean,
stories.
you'd have
easy.
to laugh at it
Yeah,
at a certain point just
But
'cause
it's
to
not-
get through it. But
not easy to be.
no, I've had people find
Content
my
creator,
number
and especially
even after
beautiful.
changing it and like texting me like we're meant to be together. You haven't met me yet. Like
Didn't you have a guy that was like already convinced you were together, DMing you a lot?
probably.
Oh, you had a relationship without you even answering anything. You were showing
Like
us.
Probably.
you guys were already
Jared.
like.
Yeah.
I don't
I
remember.
remember
in a
in one of the
relationship.
mean comments episodes you were talking about it a little bit. I can't
Yeah,
remember how
I don't
much.
even
but-
remember. It's like there.
But you were
I
showing us
can't-
screenshots, and it was
Who
like,
offered you $5,000 or $10,000 for your feet? Something with your feet. Remember?
I probably did it.
That's such a genuine
oh my god!
I mean, it's a drink.
I was
So
just gonna
I've sold-
say she's
I've
probably
God.
so
sold-
happy she's
I've
reliving
sold
all this
feet
right
pics
now.
before because
She's like, I blacked out those memories.
imagine being like, "Can I see your elbow? Like,
elbow?
I'll give you like
What is elbow?
elbow.
Elbow.
Oh, elbow.
Can I see your elbow? Like, pay you like
Your
$100.
elbow.
You're like, yeah,
If someone asks you to see your elbow, you have a different
I
problem.
was like, what is elbow?
elbow,
elbow.
elbow.
Who wanna see fucking elbow?
Or-
Watch Blink my elbows.
I mean, same for feet.
If they're
Like,
gonna pay you for it,
it's the equivalent of like, can I get a picture of your ear? You're like, okay. Like, I don't care what they're doing with it after. I'm out of sight, out of mind. But like, yeah, I've sold feet pics before, not for $10,000.
You did. So you're not
I've
kidding.
probably made that much over the years
just selling feed
on
pics.
pics. Yeah,
Oh my! Like how?
So
like,
you will take a picture of
direct
your
pay?
feet and
Direct
you
I
just
make them all sign NDAs, and then I also make them sign a contract that they won't redistribute the content.
This is not OnlyFans, right? It's not.
Nope. It's just like if
Just Venmo
Direct.
Yep. But I make them sign contracts because like if they post them anywhere else or if they're like selling them whatever.
Is there a
after
promo
having-
code they can use through this podcast?
Rosie 69.
We wanna support.
Rosie 69.
We wanna su-
Beat Freak 69.
we want to support your endeavors.
No, but yeah, it's
Gosh, we're in the wrong
hilarious.
business.
I know.
I think it's amazing. I love it.
I mean, why not?
Yeah.
I've had my rent paid from
Good.
going
Good
on my
for you.
freaking toe.
Joke's on them.
I
You
know,
know?
and I love it.
All right, Ashen.
Art's got some ideas. Oh boy.
We're about to open a third
Holy
office.
shit.
Honestly, like you guys probably could make money. People are into,
People are crazy.
and if it exists, someone out there is into
There is a
it.
demand. Yeah.
It's weird.
There is a
Um,
demand.
Well, I mean, we
the-
kind of already have to do this.
We're already doing this for Incogni.
I mean, we do it for anything. We
I was
just
French maid
take
2
your
weeks
shit
ago.
off and like, why not? Use what you got.
I
you
love
know?
it.
Wow.
I will happily.
Is that happened when you were
Market.
in a relationship?
Yeah, he didn't care.
You didn't care?
No,
He
he's
said,
like,
"Babe,
get that money. It's
we'll
your
fucking
foot.
get your money."
If I was like pushing my boobs together and sending selfies, that'd be like one thing. But it's like a foot.
Yeah.
It's so funny. I
It
think
is
it's
funny.
hilarious.
Jokes on them.
No, but he
like,
didn't care. He was like, "Oh, that's awesome."
You're
He's
like, hey, baby,
Wow.
another paycheck coming. All right, little later, let's get
No,
it. We need a new car. We need some.
I paid for his Vegas 40th birthday with that. I was like, it's all
Nice.
me. It's on.
That's amazing.
My friggin'
See
foot.
that?
Hey,
See that?
But
You
no,
see
I
how
don't have
lucky
like
you
an
can be if you're with
OnlyFans or
Rosie?
anything.
Okay.
but it yeah, wow. I think
Dude,
it's wow.
cool.
Like
Yeah,
shit.
it's awesome. I love it.
How often now do you do that still, do you think?
Is it any
This
request?
is like a whole.
We don't have to go into it deeper. I'm
No,
just so curious.
I have like a roster of regulars who will.
I was about to say, do you have regulars?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
He's like, hey, you have fresh a new pedicure? Show it to me.
I do. I make them pay for it.
Yeah.
$100.
Good.
Pay
Yeah,
for
it is.
that.
Oh my
Expensive.
gosh,
All
that's
right.
amazing.
Yeah, and if you pay extra, you get to pick out the color.
Wow.
Yeah. I get.
In your face, Ryan.
What did you do?
Here, I think it's awesome.
I think it's awesome.
And it's also hilarious.
It is.
Like
You're
These
I
collection-
think if as long as it's something that like I won't, and there's nothing wrong with sex work at all, like not shaming that at all.
Mhm.
But for me, the capacity I have, like I want to make sure, like if my mom knew or dad knew, they wouldn't be like, "What are you doing?" My dad would be like, "That's bizarre, honey," but he wouldn't be like, I'm ashamed, like I'm disowning you. Not
Yeah.
that I think that that's a proper response for any
right.
Right.
form of sex work. I don't really consider beat pics as like top tier sex work, but it
No.
is like wavering
Yeah.
of like
Yeah.
so you're getting paid for like
Private.
someone like
As
being
long
into
as
it.
you're okay with
Do you
it, and it
understand?
doesn't affect you
think it's
negatively.
awesome.
You understand that is
Dream
a...
come true. I wish I could only take feet pics and just fuck off. Like, I think
Guys,
it's so
If
easy.
you're watching this, do you understand that there is a person who owns Rosie's
so easy.
collection?
And
There is a collection
They paid for
of
that.
Rosie's feet.
Good for
Yeah.
her.
You're joking with Choppy of sucking.
I know, it's
sucking
hilarious. Well, it's because it gets a reaction out of her, and that's what I live to do.
Well,
But other than that,
whatever you're
Hey.
into, no shame around here.
feet. Pictures or videos? Did you ever send any videos?
Videos, yeah. Just like
what do you do? Like
Wiggling
type
your
on a
toes.
computer and like with your
Like
toes?
you so
you're just
walking
like-
like a cat?
well, no, you just like show your foot. You just like hang off the edge of the bed and just like zoom in and like move your foot, and then that's it. It's like a clip.
We're in the wrong business.
Welcome to Trilogy Media
too late.
Podcast.
It's never
Live
too late.
stream's going to be a little different tomorrow.
I
Yes.
love it.
I know exactly
Never
that
too
Ash is
late.
gonna be bare shoes,
won't-
bare feet.
We
All
won't.
feet matter.
All feet. You remember that? All feet matters.
Hey,
All feet
that's
matter.
amazing.
I love
Ash and
it.
I
Hats off to
already
you.
see a color that you can do on your
Fuck
feet.
off.
On your feet. We can pick
You have
it.
to pay
I'll have
extra.
Rosie can be my rep. And
That could be a punishment.
what? Absolutely not.
Yeah, exactly. You see?
No, fuck
Painting
that.
toenails?
Yes.
Are you into feet?
No, but now, yes.
Now I'm thinking he is.
He is. He's like, please let me.
No. We
He's
can
been
give
waiting for
squad
this.
4 options
No.
for different colors,
I
and
don't do-
whoever gonna lose it
I don't
have
do-
to paint the feet.
I actually
I don't
think
do
that's
feet.
that's funny.
I don't do
That's
feet.
fucking funny.
I think
yes.
that's a good.
I would
that's
do
a-
fingers.
Well,
I
that's
don't
what
do
makes
feet.
it a
I don't-
good
I don't like
like
feet.
punishment, like challenge thing. That's what
Yeah,
makes
but then
it
we have
funny.
to touch each other's feet. I don't do feet. I don't want anything to do with feet.
Not we.
No, I don't want no. So it's a punishment for him. I thought it was-
All right.
no,
We can do
I don't do feet.
manicure. Okay,
Nothing
to
you
do
do
feet.
manicure.
Fine, but no, I don't do feet. I don't do
He's
anything
like-
with feet. No.
I guess. To Sarah.
I guess you can
He's
paint
like
my
gel
nails.
only.
Does it come off?
I thought I knew a lot of things about you, but
I
I'm
didn't know
taking
this.
everything bad.
I think it's
No.
cool.
It's awesome.
badass.
no, it's
Love
just
it.
amazing. I never knew about this.
It's badass.
Yeah.
Good for you.
This
That's
is
awesome.
this is all.
No
this is only
shame.
for us. You understand that? You understand that? It's
Yeah,
Trilogy Media podcast.
only,
It's only
only for this
exclusive.
only for this publicly available podcast.
If somebody want to purchase it, which link they can use?
Maybe we promote.
Yeah, no, but I won't promote.
I don't know if that's her top tier Linktree promotion thing. Like, there's other
Fucking
things
rent is
you
coming,
probably
bitch.
prefer to
Rent
promote
is
other
coming.
things. Oh my god.
I have some
PayPal.
questions
Promote
for you.
whatever you
yeah.
want. And yes,
Yeah, whatever she wants.
She doesn't want to talk
I
about
don't
feet
really.
the
I don't
entire
really promote
time.
it. I just like if
The
there's
option
a
is
fish
there.
in that pond and I see it, I'm like, yeah, okay,
All right,
sure.
Okay.
What's the question?
What was your first impression of these two, Trilogy Media, and have they changed at all throughout the years?
First impression.
No,
What are you laughing- what are you laughing at?
I'm very professional right now, okay? And Ashton,
First-
same as Ashton. We're not clowns anymore. We don't do the dumb shit
Of
anymore.
course not.
My
No.
first impression was that they were just really good people, just really good people, and I
Were you
loved.
drunk?
Thank you.
Were you
Later.
drunk?
We
That's
made her
right.
drunk later. Yeah.
No, just
We
really,
made-
really good people, and I loved your guys' dynamic so much. I
Thank
just
you.
really admired it. And
So
when I first met
stupid
you,
dynamic.
you referred to Ashton as your brother.
Oh, he
Oh
did.
yeah, my
did
brother's
not.
coming.
He
You
Did I
doesn't-
say that? I was drunk.
He hasn't
Rosie,
said that
come
in a
on.
long
always
time.
said my brother.
Now he calls me with everything else.
So
All right.
yeah, things have changed because now you guys just hate each other. I guess. call my
Fucking
brother.
horrid.
We do not.
I'm asking
No.
the government right now. I'm calling the government.
The government.
What is retirement age that they can fuck
Oh
off from
my
my life
God.
because he's attached to me.
You ever spend
I
too
wanna
much time with
retire.
somebody and they just drive you up a wall, but you'd take a bullet for them, but they drive you up a wall? That's what's going on here.
Yeah, I have.
She said, "That's my ex-husband."
You don't have to name
Not
names.
my ex-husband.
No, okay, cool.
Jamie's
No.
a sweetheart.
No.
Yeah,
That was
ex-boyfriend
I-
maybe.
I love this guy, but we bickering.
No, hey.
But also, it's become part of our dynamic,
That
our
always
brand.
been like
It's
that
just
since
yeah.
like we brought
But
our.
it's the best.
Okay, so
We can't manufacture it. It just is. You know?
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
is a fucking natural.
So
I hate
anyway.
this guy.
My first impression, loved your guys' dynamic, and then I was like, they bicker like a married couple.
We hear that. We get a lot of those comments. They're like
They
a married
figure
couple.
like a
yeah.
Even
married
from
couple.
day one.
Not even comments is happening every day when you guys hear
Oh
we're
my
bickering. The
God.
last time we were doing yesterday, we were bickering.
Yeah, because you were pissing me. Because you were pissing me off yesterday with your dumb shit.
Your
See?
fucking your face
God
is dumb.
damn.
See what I mean?
Anyway.
And then meeting both of your partners, you have such lovely ladies in your life too. I was like, oh, that's such a good
Amy says
representation.
hi. She wishes she could be here today. She's got a bunch of stuff going on, but she
How's
wants
the
to.
puppy? How's the puppy?
Oh, he's good. He's so good. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Never,
My mom
never.
always says you are who you hang out with.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
Mhm.
so
Very true.
I
Well,
wish
we
we
can
can
say
admire that.
likewise.
Yeah.
Not that we were surprised or expecting anything else, but just
Yeah,
the
you
fact
said
that you
I
were
have something to
so.
say.
I mean, anyone could get in their head so quickly, and we've seen it with other people.
Mm,
But you were just so down
But
to earth.
no names, no footage.
I didn't say
No,
that.
no names.
I didn't say any names.
Yes.
What was the name? Ashley?
No names.
Don't want to get us in trouble. Anyway.
Yes, anyway.
Opinions are my opinions, but you were
later.
so down to earth. Like
Yeah.
you had zero ego. You were just cool. Just the fact
You
you came
should
over.
have. You fucking should have. But you didn't.
But you just came over, hang out, and have
Yeah.
a drink. We met you an hour ago, and we're already streaming together. It was just, I don't know. There was just, it was.
You like,
yeah.
you know, like when you have
It was
when you have
great.
like one girl and 10 dudes, and that your girl, it's literally your sister.
yeah.
And that's how, you know, it's like everybody like, yeah, Rosie, I can be myself, I can joke, I can
Aw.
be,
Well,
you know,
we can go
Cass.
months without talking.
Right.
Everyone's busy,
Yeah.
but then
We're
we
not
just
like,
get back
Hey,
together.
Rosie, like,
is everything okay?
Yeah,
like,
no,
really?
we're- and
hey,
back together,
there is a
everything's the
show
same, you know?
and there is a place for you on the show. Can you do it? Guys, yes.
Yeah.
Hey, Rosie, can you,
Always down.
like, can
Which,
you help
speaking
us?
of shows, we have to talk about some of your latest Netflix
Yeah.
endeavors. It's so awesome, by the
It's
way.
so fun.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Has this
Your
voiceover
music, voiceover.
work
Great.
been is that new in your life because of the voices you're doing on YouTube, or did you always want to do voiceover work? Or like,
I took voiceover classes in 2017, so it's something I always wanted to do.
Oh, you did?
And I quit the restaurant industry in order to pursue VO.
nice.
And just jumped ship because I was like, if I don't make all the time, remember we were talking like
Yeah.
you have to sit down and do the work, and
Mhm.
you can't
Yep.
just wait for things to happen.
Nope.
Although sometimes you do all that work and then overnight it does happen with
Yeah.
a lot of things. But voiceover in particular, I've always wanted to do since I was a kid. I majored in creative advertising in college because I just loved commercials and advertisements and the voices and
Yeah.
creating all that stuff. Took a class to see if I would like it, and I loved it.
And you just got hooked.
And then I put together my own demo reel, which is supposed to cost, a couple $1,000s if you do it right. But I made my own because I do music, so I knew how to kind of clip things together, and I knew to choose the right music for this. So it was actually really fun to put together. Then I hustled it and sent it out to a bunch of agents. And the first agency that I sent it out to took me on, and it was amazing. And I was like, I got an agent. I'm going to be rich. And then that didn't happen. It takes, if you get 1 out of 20 auditions, you're crushing it.
That's
like,
absolutely right. Yeah.
and even if it's 1 out of 40, you're like, yeah.
Mhm.
But
Getting one at all
you don't,
is
you don't
good.
realize
Especially
that.
nowadays.
Yeah.
Especially
Yeah. When
nowadays.
you're so
After
green, you're
strikes, after pandemic. We just had Charlie Baker
Mm.
from Breaking Bad.
Skinny Pete.
Skinny P. And it's exactly like this, that there is a gap. And that was a gap. It was like bad after bad. You have pandemic, and then SAG after strike, and then it just like goes on and on. And it's like just to be in this industry, it
Mhm.
takes a lot. The whole family, people like your wives, your like everybody next to you,
Yeah.
keep you sane
Mm-hmm.
when
Yeah.
it's dry. And all of a sudden, you internet sensation. All of a sudden, like you overnight sensation.
Public figure.
Yeah. No, it doesn't work fucking like this.
Yeah.
Especially from us coming
It's
from
crazy. There's a
humbling
lot of
beginnings.
work goes on behind the curtain,
Mhm.
Then it does happen overnight. But yeah, the VO stuff is great. I got my first anime, Sakamoto Days.
That's on Netflix, right?
Yeah, it was in the
what
top
can-
10 like consistently for like 3 weeks, which is really great.
Are you still doing it, or is it, or could it come
so
back to do more?
I'm
or-
hoping there's going to be a second season. I can't see why there wouldn't
Mhm.
be. And then I just got offered another anime, so
Nice.
from the same production company.
Awesome.
Well, that's the thing.
Like
when
once
you-
you're in,
Once
Yeah.
you're in, yeah.
When you,
then it
You show that you're competent,
It's
you
like
can do
part
the
of a
work,
machine,
yeah.
sort of. Yeah.
it's just crazy because I never was looking for a voiceover career, and it just like happened. But when it happened, the casting director always keep the same people,
Mhm.
and then everybody's like, "How
Yeah.
did you get this role?" Because I did audition, and I was like, "Direct
You're
booking."
like, I just.
It's
got
just
it.
you work, you do your job, they like it, and they keep the same people.
Mhm.
That's why it's so hard to break in
Mhm.
into industry because it's like, why should I trust Eli or Ryan? I already work with Ashton. I already work with Rosie. I know they can deliver. It's like, but when somebody gets sick or somebody's not available, they do the public submission, your voice and stuff.
Yeah.
And that's how we last project that I was on, and it was exactly like this. We're like,
You've done some video games and stuff.
yeah, Call of
Yeah.
Duty and like all of stuff, but same bastards.
Yeah.
I work with the
Are you
same
sad?
fucking bastards.
Are you SAG?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
I
there
see
you
you
go.
did 8 episodes. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Can you explain like that day of work? Was it like an hour day, 2-hour day? Did you do it all 8
Couple episodes per
or-
day.
You do an episode, a session, sometimes 2.
Mm-hmm.
I would do anything from 15 minutes in a session to an hour, but it was never super grueling because they
Really?
spaced it out. But I've had a session where I'm there for 15 minutes and then
Yeah, and get paid. Boom,
Yeah.
done for a whole day.
Yeah.
How do you say your character's name?
Aoi.
Aoi?
Yeah.
Aoi.
Yeah.
Sakamoto.
Sakamoto.
Aoi Sakamoto.
Lead character.
That's what she says.
Amazing.
Sakamoto
That's
Days.
so cool.
25?
So cool.
That's
This
so
is amazing.
awesome.
I'm
And it's
not-
totally you.
Congratulations.
This is fucking you. It's like
I
when
didn't have the same BD mark as her.
Oh no, I'm
Isn't
talking
that
about
so cute?
I'm talking about the industry that
Oh,
it's
yeah.
voiceover. It's
Yeah,
like
it's so fun.
It's like it's your soul.
I had
you
so
know?
much fun.
passion. It's your fucking passion.
Yeah,
awesome.
she's the wife of an ex-hitman. Yeah, it's pretty
I'm
crazy.
gonna watch this. I like anime.
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
I'm
A lot of
watching it.
people
Me too.
prefer like the sub, but watch the dubbed version
Mhm.
because
Mm-hmm.
it's me. But I loved it. I love doing voiceover.
How did you
Sometimes.
find that voice? Did they give you an example, or did you
I-
create a voice and bring it to the casting director?
So like we were talking about earlier, a lot of casting people just remember you.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
They already
my
know your
best
voice.
advice for auditioning is audition for the casting people
Mhm.
more than the
Book
character,
the room,
right?
not the job.
Another
Mhm.
job.
So
Mhm.
I got that because of some other audition where they liked my voice. And Aoi's voice in the show is like pretty similar to my normal one. She's just like talking like a little sweeter and like she's a mom. And so everything's a little bit more gentle and sweet and kind. And I'm usually talking to my daughter or my husband, like when I'm getting mad. But it's mainly just my regular voice.
Yeah.
So I didn't have to change much. But while I'm in there, they're like, can you also do the voice for the automated like security system and like the old lady? And I was like, yes, I can.
Nice.
I'm like a 9-year-old boy and bunch of other people.
Yeah.
How similar is your old lady voice
It was
from,
pretty
from
similar.
YouTube?
It was pretty.
Edna?
Yeah, it was Irma. Yeah, it was pretty.
Irma and Morty. Yeah.
Edna.
We have
yeah, it's pretty similar.
We have some old videos of
Yeah.
Morty and Irma.
Oh yeah,
That's good
we
shit.
get into
Where
it.
the Edna came from?
Edna, I think, is what Kitboga. Well, Kitboga does an Edna character,
Yeah, I think it's Kitboga.
and I
Edna.
think
And we did our collab, remember, with Kitboga.
Yes,
that was
yes,
the
yes,
same.
yeah, actually, that was-
He's also
that-
a very nice guy.
Oh,
no
yeah.
ego. Like
No.
he's also. I was pleasantly surprised because I was like, oh my gosh, he has 1 million subscribers.
Yeah.
And then Onich Pranks too had like 3 million, and I was like, he was
We
scared. Like he's
talked
gonna.
to
speaking
him.
of which, yeah,
Actually-
like a year and a half ago,
Okay.
He's taken a small. Everyone.
So-
he's taken a little bit of a break.
Yeah.
we
lately.
did
So
a
this is-
video chat with him a while back to
Mhm.
do a
So
collab. It
he's
just never
great.
happened.
So this is the Dots. First ever confrontation before we start doing confrontation. This actually happened with Rosie. It's when you called me and like, Art, I'm meeting this guy who scammed my friend.
Yeah, we're gonna get her
If
money
you could-
back.
Yeah, money back. Please, can you drive?
Jamie was mad about that. That was dangerous of me
Oh,
to do that in person.
yeah. Well, and then you said that there is a 6'5" Russian coming with me.
Yeah, and he's like, oh, okay. He's
And
like,
I show up with a chain, with
it
everything.
was crazy.
It was fucking crazy.
I was
We
watching
were
it
live
live
streaming
because I
it.
was editing, but I put it on in my other window, and I was watching it
we had
happen.
Russell help us. He like called to pretend to be like another person to see if the
And then
scammer would sell those headphones again. And he was like, yeah, I will. And I was like,
We went to Danny's or whatever we went to just to regroup after everything happened.
Yeah.
And then you were talking to Onich Prank on a phone.
Yeah.
And you're like, hey, actually Art/Vlad from Trilogy Media is here. And that was first time when I
Yeah.
talked to him on your phone
yeah.
at that confrontation at parking lot. We should not do that back
And
in the
now we
days.
do that all the time.
Now we do
Yeah.
this all the time.
It's
Yeah.
crazy. That guy ended up paying the money back.
He did?
Yeah,
Good.
because I found him investigator wise, like found him
Yeah.
through like the craziest avenue and found his real name. And I was like, so I texted him and I was like, hey, Brian, like, are you ready to pay that money back? And whatever. And I had a huge conversation with him. I was like, I get that you're probably doing this for some reason.
Yeah.
And he ended up telling me that he,
For his son, right?
Had-
For his kids or
no,
something?
the lie was that he needed like money for diapers.
Diapers. Yeah.
But then, and I don't know if he was lying or not, he was saying that he was having a hard time finding a job because of anxiety and that he like suffers from depression and all these things. And in case he was telling the truth, I just like leveled with him and I was like, you get it. I've been there. Like, here's some resources. Here's
Yeah.
what I think, whatever. And he was like, thank you so much for like, you know, listening to me and understanding and not judging me at the end of the day. And it was actually a very pleasant exchange,
Wow.
whether or not sometimes scammers victimize themselves to kind
Yep.
of
Mhm.
manipulate.
Yeah.
But
Not in that time.
he like took down the page, paid the money back, apologized, and
We
was
were-
like,
Good.
it had a
We
happy
were like
ending.
good cop, bad cop. I'm fucking shaking. Hey, listen to me. Why did you fucking do this?
He was
And
like-
Rosie, she's like,
And I was like,
hey,
"Oh, don't be
scared, Rob.
scary."
Don't be scared. Everything is okay. And I'm like, Vlad, listen to me, bitch. Where is the money?
But it kind of helped for me to be like, no, like don't be
Don't-
scary,
don't-
like whatever, because he was like, oh, is he gonna get
His
scared?
friend, remember his
Yeah,
friend
his
actually
friend,
said, what the fuck? Why did I drove? It's your fault.
Yeah, he had
Why
his
did you
friend
do
drive
that?
him.
Oh my
He-
God.
He was like, I don't know.
He was
why
like,
any part.
I
He
don't
was
wanna
like,
be
what's
part of
going
Did
it.
he
on,
tell you
man?
not to touch his car? And you're like, you're not in a position to dictate rules right now. Like,
Yeah,
didn't he tell
yeah,
you to
he's
take
like,
your hand
don't-
off his
remember
car?
that.
Yeah. And you were like, I wouldn't be telling me what to do right now or something
Yeah.
crazy.
It's so
It was,
great.
We did some
I can't
fucking
believe
shit
that's-
together.
It's still up there somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say that somewhere.
So good.
Yeah.
Okay, so damn,
Yeah.
so much, fucking
So
so
I know,
much,
I
Rosie,
know.
fucking so much.
What else can you tell us about your music and just everything else that you're working on right now?
Where can
'Cause
we find you
You
projects?
haven't made long form content in a while.
Oh, that's why I want to talk about this.
Yeah.
Yeah, please.
You love just taking credit for my ideas, you know, just like,
No,
I bring
I
up
said
a new,
from
I
the
bring,
beginning,
I bring up a new
I said
question.
it from
It's like,
the beginning. I was like, you know, she used to have long videos. And
Yeah.
now,
See,
like,
see what I
oh
mean?
my God. What are you working on? What's going on in your life?
just
What's ahead?
Yeah.
So I can answer both those questions kind of in the same answer.
Please.
Long form content, I don't have a like team of editors. I sometimes hire people to edit my videos, like kind of a la carte.
Mhm.
So it can be time consuming. Also, short form just performs better. So for me, I'd rather just do a long live stream so that I can still connect with the people who like my content,
Mhm.
chat with people, whatever. And then I just edit down short form from those because those perform better than the 10-minute videos.
But as far as monetization goes, like the short, like, are you able to see a return on that? Like, cause
Yeah.
Because I remember having a conversation with you. You said, Art, did you guys make any money on videos?
we have the opposite problem.
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
our
Because
shorts, yeah.
My shorts do way better.
Really?
And do well in comparison. Like I'll take a live stream, make a 10, 15-minute video from that. Then I'll make shorts from the 10 to 15 minute. And the shorts that are the same parts of the 10 to 15 skyrocket. And the 10 to 15 will get like 80,000 maybe.
What's the best platform for you for monetizing short form?
Both TikTok and YouTube
Mhm.
are like equal. But it
Okay.
can,
It can
you
flip
know how
flop,
it
yeah,
is
of course.
waivers.
Yeah.
But like TikTok can be insane.
Yeah.
YouTube, pretty good. But it's just not not to be selfish or not care for my fan base who wants to see those things, but it just, my time is better spent just doing long form in a live stream. Because I'll live stream for like 2 to 4 hours, you know, on TikTok.
You go long on those live streams.
But it just, at the end of the day, the money's better just focusing on short form. And then I have time to do other things, which is like music and voiceover. I haven't really had time. I could hire someone, but I'm so picky about how I edit my videos. And like the people like my videos because I edit them. So it's like, I feel weird, like, and I've hired people to be like, you know, my personality, and I hire friends who know me, but it's still not.
It's not the same.
Making it not the same. Shine in the edit is not the same thing as just knowing
and also
it.
it's just, YouTube has changed. Like they just care about short form and they push short form, at least as far as like my algorithm has gone.
I remember you talking, maybe Ryan, I told you, I was like, look at fucking Rosie, or maybe I told Mike or Ryan, I don't remember. I said to my team, I was like, I get notification at noon, at fucking 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, there is 9 o'clock, any clock.
Turn off my bell.
It's like, I was like, she
turn
is
off the bell.
Absolutely killing it. I told my team, I was like, dude, if she can do it, we can do it. Fucking do it. But our shorts, it's shit.
It's just everyone's algorithm is different.
Everybody, we cannot be you, you cannot be us, and goes on. You have to be you.
Yeah.
Period.
So for me, it's just short form is what works. I think people have TikTok brain is what it's called, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So
yeah.
It's just, you got to kind of go with what people are. You got to feed what people are.
Did you see any negativity or any negative effect on your page when the TikTok was offline for like 3.5 hours?
No. I wasn't worried really. Like even if it did go away, I've always told people not to rely on one single platform.
Yeah.
That's
for sure.
That's what.
Yeah.
Like you can't do that. Like if YouTube went away, I'd be like pretty upset.
Yeah.
But I'd be like, okay, well, I have TikTok and Instagram, and like my Instagram now they're pushing Reels, so that's my Instagram following has also skyrocketed from short form. So and now they have a thing called trials on Reels, which they're slowly doing like beta rollout.
What is it?
Yeah,
trials, where you can you can post them and it just goes to like the For You page or like Explore page and not on yours to collect new followers. So you can just like shit out trial reels without it spamming people's main feed, but just kind of goes up on their Explore page on people who don't follow you.
What's the benefit of doing that?
More followers.
Okay.
Without posting like you're manic on Instagram. Like I'll post trial reels and I'll do like 3 a day. But if I did that on Instagram, like people are like, okay, Instagram, you can post like once a day without seeming annoying. TikTok, I'll post 5 TikToks a day. Doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah.
It's just a different thing. And now Instagram has a way where you can kind of shit out reels without it being crazy.
That's something that Ashley would say.
Without acting like you're manic or something. Like, or like, everyone look at my video. Everyone, like TikTok, people are on there, they want that.
Yeah.
Like it's a different scroll. But on Instagram, if someone's doing that, I'm like, okay, are you like going through an episode? Like, calm down. Like it's just as weird. You can't act the same on each platform.
So your followers won't
trials.
get it in their recommended, but they could still find it on your page.
Non-followers will see the trials.
But are they still posted as reels if they go to your page?
They are not listed on my reels.
Got it. So how does
they just kind of get sent off into like.
So if someone's scrolling and they find you and they want to watch it again later, they can't. Like it's just kind of not there.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Weird.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But it's just kind of like bait to send them to your page.
I see.
So I'll post one that's already done well that I don't really want to repeat, and I do repeat stuff sometimes because it works and like why not?
Yeah.
And no one really cares. Like, haha, I loved this video. One of like the OGs. And I'm like, they're not gonna be like mad.
Yeah.
So I'll use one that's performed well that I don't want to post again and again because it looks lazy, but I'll put it on trials and then.
Does a viewer know that it's a trial? Is it labeled that way?
No, it's not. I've actually gotten trialed, like where I was like, oh, I love this. Like I'm gonna go to their page. Whenever I couldn't find it. And I was like, oh, that's a trial reel. But then I went to their page, so it worked. And then I did follow them.
Interesting.
And oftentimes they are using repeated content.
Yeah.
Whatever. So you can find the video.
Just
sometimes
wait till TikTok and YouTube, they always copy each other. It's like the new features and shit. So they're going to start doing that too.
Yeah. TikTok. Yeah. They all end up copying each other. I think there used to be a form of that on TikTok. I think they took it away.
All right.
Interesting.
I want to talk about your band,
Mhm.
and also the house that unfortunately burned out during LA fires.
Yeah.
Tell us what happened.
So I'm in a band called Moderns. I do music as well.
Oh.
So Moderns on all streaming platforms. We just released.
got to see you live. Me and
yeah,
Amy went last year. That was so fun.
I can't believe that was already a year ago.
I know.
Yeah, that was at Gold Diggers, I think, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm
She's
in a band.
phenomenal,
It's
by the
two
way.
of us, me and Christopher, and we've known each other. He's probably one of my oldest friends in LA. We met through mutual friends in music. He's like my brother. We've known each other forever. We used to work on commercial music and licensing together, and then started Moderns in 2011, maybe. It's been a while.
What?
Wow.
Yeah,
Over a decade.
2011, 2012. I really don't know.
Uh-huh.
It's been at least 10 years of
Yeah.
Moderns. And
Right after you moved here, really. I mean,
yeah. We write a lot of music for, film and television. We do like music cues and scoring.
You guys did some trailers for.
Yeah.
It was a trailer for Netflix or something.
We did.
That was music specifically for the trailer or something.
We did music cues for a Netflix show. Yeah. Which was awesome. It was a lot of fun. Love doing that. And then he had a home in Altadena where the studio was in the garage, an amazing studio that was unfortunately lost in the Eaton fires. So it's bad.
That sucks.
We lost a lot. We lost a lot of merch too. I'm like, oh no. Ugh. But we lost
how he's
everything.
doing right now?
He's hanging in there.
Living situation.
He and his partner Amy were living at her parents' house in Orange County, and they just, I think yesterday, moved into a temporary 6-month furnished home with a studio kind of near me in Glendale. So
Nice. Okay.
just kind of
It's actually after fires. I was telling Ashton, I was like, my management in my building, it was like 1 year minimum lease. All of a sudden, it's like after fires, like, hey guys, what do you want? 3 months, 6 months, what do you have?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
30 days, 60 days, 90 days, any days. Just come on in.
Yeah, my complex was doing the same.
Yeah.
Of if you know anyone who needs short-term rentals,
They just welcome.
yeah. I was like, or just let them stay there for a month or something,
Yeah.
jerks. Landlords are
Yeah.
scammers in their
So
own
what is
sense.
the goal to find rebuild new studio when you guys going back to practice? Probably that will be my question.
Well, we luckily have the community has come together really well for us,
Yeah.
other musicians and other people with studios, whatever you need.
Yeah.
We have
You can
close
use
friends with
MySpace, you can,
amazing
Did you have to evacuate
studios.
at any point?
I did. I live on the east side. I did for 2 or 3 days just because there was the new one in the Hollywood Hills
Mhm.
that was right next to
Right
my friends.
by your old place. Yeah.
Yeah. So we left just in case and went to we stayed in San Diego.
I just want
Me
to
and my
say, where did you
friend.
guys go? Okay.
Yeah.
And then came back,
We came back.
everything normal.
Yeah, normal-ish. but,
Normal-ish. Yeah, it's
yeah.
not normal.
Yeah, I think
mean,
everyone in these fires knows at least one person who was directly affected by it. I know a number of
I
people.
went to, I was Cheesecake Factory.
I love Cheesecake Factory.
Yeah, we went to that place so many
Love
times.
it.
And I'm having a drink, and I turn around and I see an adult, and you look at the person and you know immediately. And the person was maybe with the same age, or couple maybe 43, 35,
Mhm.
45. And I look at him. Our bartender look at him, and he already start grabbing the bottle. He knew exactly, the soul is crushed. He sat down like this, not even being
Clearly lost everything.
absolutely. And I was like, "Are you okay?" And he was like, "No," and tears
Oh
coming
my
down.
God, that makes
he
me
was
want to
like,
cry.
we were on the, and he's a musician as well. He was like, I was on a tour with my partner. He was like, I got back home to my Pacific Palisades. We haven't even unpacked yet. We've been gone for a month. We got in a house and we see that fire little by little coming down,
So
right?
scary.
And my wife, she said, hey babe, just in case, let's go get a hotel. Maybe it's going to be 1 extra day of our vacation, just
Yeah.
before we're going to go back to work tomorrow or whatever. And he said, we left at 12 noon, and at 6 o'clock, we will already, I saw on live television my house burning down to the ground
Oh my
at 6 o'clock.
God.
And he said, I file a claim at 6:35. And the insurance company said, oh, it just happened. He was like, what? Do you want me to fucking cry a river or what? I did my paperwork. This is paperwork. Fucking give me my money.
Yeah, because that's about to get
Yeah,
overwhelmed.
because soon it probably would not even reply to me.
Yeah.
So he was like, everything happened in 6-8 hours. I already arrive, lost my house, and file insurance claim.
Yeah. It's
And
crazy.
he was sitting an adult crying, and I was like, bartender, whatever he wants, everything on me. I was
You're
like, let's go.
sweet. You would. That's so
I mean-
kind. Yeah.
And plus, that was my birthday.
That's right.
Oh no.
That's
Happy
right.
birthday, everyone's day.
January
is
10th.
horrible.
Yeah.
January 10th is my dad's birthday. I was actually supposed to be born on January 10th. That was my due date, but I was born November 2nd. Preemie.
November 2nd?
Mhm.
Good Lord.
I was small. Mom had to dress me in baby
2
doll
months
clothes
early.
because
That was.
Are you okay? I mean,
my head's still kind of small.
Okay.
I was not.
What a dick!
are you good?
I was not.
2 months early.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was real small.
So you're supposed to be on January 10, but you're like, you know what, Mom?
You're like,
Yeah,
I want to be
I
around
actually,
for
like-
Thanksgiving, so let's go.
Yeah, I like picked something weird and they had to like.
Good Lord.
No, you're probably like, Mom and Dad, music is waiting for me.
Yeah.
Alexa's waiting for me. Let
I have a crush on this musician in Seattle. I got to get out.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah. January 10th. Yeah.
Gosh.
It's crazy.
Crazy.
Wow.
All this is crazy. Well, first of all, I'm so happy, and I already knew it when we met you. I knew no matter how much fame, money, success you're gonna get, you're still gonna be the same Rosie.
I will always be the same.
Yeah. And I'm so glad to see that. We're glad to see that. We knew it from the
And
beginning.
you guys too. Like
Thank
to
you.
answer
I
your
mean,
question, like
yeah.
you guys
thank
are the
you.
same, just
How
like
can you
bigger
not?
places.
Rosie, how can you fucking not?
Yeah, it's people.
You came from everything that we came from hustling, from people said you're not good enough and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. We're just like, all right, we
Yeah.
just keep going. And whatever you get, I was like, all right, thank you and blast.
Yeah.
Squad, you're watching this. We fucking love you, adore you because of every
We're only
single
here
one of you.
because of you.
We all
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, and the OGs remember.
And
Oh,
OGs
yeah.
remember, they're like, what is Rosie?
Yeah.
We have so many questions like, how's Rosie doing? What did she
I
have
always
for
try
breakfast?
to pop into your live stream.
Yeah, the squad loves
You
it.
would crush live stream like, all right, guys, I'm passing by. Can I stop it? We're like, yeah, our
Oh
fucking
yeah,
door is...
'cause, there's a VO studio right up the street that I've done like video games or something for,
Yes!
and I was like, guys, my session is right
It's
down
like
the
Stop
street.
in,
I was
yeah.
like,
door.
can I come
Remember,
over?
that was actually in this room.
Yep.
Yeah, and I
And
just
we're
popped
like, yeah,
over.
fuck yeah,
It was
come
fun.
on.
I ended up staying again probably for like 3 hours.
Yeah.
It's just
Well, of
time.
all the people that we've collabed with and worked with, you're the only one that has been in the OG apartment. Like
That's crazy.
that was really our beginning.
Yeah.
Like was that living
You
room.
saw everything. You
Yeah.
we saw your beginnings, you saw our beginnings.
Mhm.
And no matter what's happening to us, good things for all of us.
Always.
We always
Yeah.
like here for each other. One phone call, I was like, if Rosie called me at 3 a.m, like I'm gonna answer the fucking call.
You would.
I'm probably gonna show up with a big knife
I
and
would
I'm like,
answer,
who
but I
should
just won't hear my
You'd be
phone ring. I'll
asleep.
sleep. Yeah.
Ashton
my heart's
would
there.
if he heard it.
If
He'd
I
be
heard
like,
it,
you should
yeah.
call Art.
Actually, when that did happen, when I drove for that confrontation,
Oh, I was like,
she
wait, I
called you
you?
as well, but you never answered. And then Rosie,
Yeah.
she was like, "Hey, Art, I'm doing live stream. I tried to call your business partner. He fucked off. He never answered."
I was probably editing, having
and I
fun.
was like, "Rosie, where should I be? Who should I choke?"
Yeah, you were on it like that.
They're like, "Let's go. Let's Chokovich activated."
Yeah, we did
I
it.
fucking love you, girl.
One last thing. What would you say advice to people if anyone is, because you cover so many different industries, but if you want
See
to
what I
if you
mean?
want to
No,
finish
I
the
said
question,
no. I'm
you almost
quiet.
did.
I'm quiet.
Advice. People, especially with how
Yeah, we
much
need advices.
YouTube has changed, the industry's changed, music or voiceover or just making your own way in your own content in general, or even just advice to your younger self. What would you say?
Advice to my younger self would be don't open that credit card.
Good tip.
Don't do it. No, but in all seriousness, I just always recommend to stay genuine and mean what you do.
Which you always have. So
Yeah.
thank you for that.
Yeah, stay
That's how you
genuine
last longer.
and mean what you do and have fun doing it. If you don't think it's fun, if it's not genuinely like making you feel happy, don't do it. A lot of people are like, oh, I have to be a doctor because my dad said, or people feel pressured to be in a certain industry or a certain type of person. But if you're not genuine, you're going to be miserable.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I was a bartender. I did have fun. I loved it, but that's not what I wanted to do. So
Mhm.
I still made it fun and had fun, but I couldn't do it forever. There's nothing wrong with doing it forever, but my passion was somewhere else, you know? So
Yeah.
I do whatever I want, basically. I want to do voiceover. I also want to do music. I love doing content creation.
Your own boss. You do
Yeah,
whatever you want.
I love being my own boss and making my own schedule, essentially.
Yeah. Actually,
That's amazing.
we get this question a lot. Hey, guys, what should I invest? What should I buy to open YouTube channel? And we're like,
Nothing. Just do it.
we had a fucking blue fucking bucket.
We
with
did
a
those
tripod.
live streams with you on with a
you
bucket
saw it.
and a
blue fucking bucket.
I remember the bucket. Actually, I remember the bucket.
It's
It's you.
somewhere.
It's still.
It's in a closet
and
somewhere.
cell phone that we cannot even afford. We put on payment plan to buy a phone.
to film
See,
it. Yeah.
This is it.
yeah.
My favorite advice that I've gotten from a fellow artist who's a photographer, he said, you don't need expensive equipment to make something compelling.
Yeah.
Which I remembered forever. His name is Andrew Tomeko, very great photographer. But yeah,
Well,
you
even
can,
your first viral vids and our
was
first
on my
viral vids
Mac-
were filmed
Mac,
on a
like-
shit
Yeah.
webcam with
Terrible.
300
Pixels.
pixels. Yeah.
Yeah, but people could tell I was being genuine and funny and like meaning it. And yeah, just
You're
be
hella
genuine
good at
and
it.
love what you do and mean what you do. I was like, corny as that sounds. And selfie pics. You need a lot of money.
There
You
Yeah,
can make
that.
a lot. Keep those toes polished.
In
Everyone.
the rare chance anyone's watching this that doesn't know who you are, where can they follow you? What's the best way to find all your stuff?
IRL Rosie on all platforms, I guess. Yeah.
And for music and do you have separate pages, or is it all kind of under
Moderns music is usually our handle.
the same? Okay.
All one
We'll have all
word.
the links in the description as well for those listening.
Thanks.
I had a question before you interrupted me so
bet you
many
did.
times.
I bet you had a great
went to
one.
my
I bet
head.
I
It
ruined
was
just amazing
all my
advice,
questions.
younger self.
That was actually my fucking question. I asked
what
that question. It's
other-
my question.
Well, too
I
late.
said it
I stole
yesterday,
it.
and now
Yeah,
you
well,
stole
now
it.
you can fuck
Fuck
yourself.
you.
Yeah.
It was something. Oh, all right.
Wow.
Light bulb.
Spit on that thing. Hack two.
Jesus.
Hack
Spit
two.
on that
Is that really what you're
thing.
ending with?
No,
Okay.
but there is moral to this story.
I'm
Okay?
sure there
Preach.
is.
I'm not talking to you.
Okay. What, are you going to open a meme coin now?
Yeah. I want to go to prison and scam people. Exactly what I
Was
want.
it Weasel Coin?
Weasel coin.
Oh my
That's a good one. If I ever gonna open it, I better share it with you. Weasel coin.
Yeah, no, I want no part of that.
my advice to a lot of people that nowadays you can become viral overnight. Whatever you do, something
Yeah.
happened, got stimulated, titillated, boom, and it's gone. But look at this girl, how she took this opportunity from becoming viral and building a brand. And now she's like over a decade in this industry. Keep kicking, keep
Yeah.
growing, being smart enough, business-minded enough to continue, talented enough to continue building her empire. So if something happened to you, just don't fuck it up like others do nowadays. Just it's happened, you have your own brand, keep doing it. Just stay humble and work fucking hard.
We're not for everybody, but you can't say that we're not who we are
Right.
unapologetically. And
you guys are good guys.
depending,
It's like,
thank you.
Why would you go and open YouTube channel, which is, it's YouTube. You're not on HBO Max. You're not on national television that they have to tell you who to be. This is fucking YouTube. Fucking bucket tripod, do it. If
Yeah.
you cannot be you at public platform, where else you can, like,
Yeah.
where else you can be you?
either got it or you don't.
Yeah,
And then
this is
got
exactly
it,
what you
run
get.
with
You
it and
watch
work hard.
Rosie, it's exactly what you get.
Got it,
Before live
yeah.
stream, after live stream. You watch these Goombas, Gary, la. You get exactly what you get. So,
Yeah.
Sis, thank you so
thank
much.
you. How many hours?
We
for
love
having
you.
me.
I feel like we've
Hour
been-
41, almost pushing 2
It's
hours.
actually less than I was like, we're going to be here for 3 hours just yapping along, and I love it.
Well, you're welcome anytime, and we want to have you.
Oh, we're gonna
I
have
love
you
you
more
guys.
often. Yeah.
So thank
Love
you so
guys.
much.
Thanks for
Rosie,
having
We
me.
love you.
Thank you.
Yay, thanks.
We cannot say about the projects yet, but there are something
stuff.
that we're
Yeah,
gonna
we're
do.
going
Some
to
stuff.
be
We're
working
gonna cook.
together
There's
always.
stuff.
Always cooking.
We're always going to be
cooking.
working on something.
Yeah.
So.
Hell yeah.
Those who are looking forward to see us more often together,
Mhm.
it's gonna happen. Just be patient.
We
We'll see you
love
guys
it.
next time. Thank you
Yeah.
so much.
Bye.
Bye.
Yay.
Can we do a quick intro with you? It can be
Yeah.
This is so
be
good.
10